And this time around, we heading towards the weekend. Game week number 2.
Yes.
Game week number 1, Jeff, was hot siesta. It was a
Yeah.
fiesta. Not for all of the clubs, because right now, only 3 of us can hold the W proud. You
It's
know,
only first game in the season lah. Come on lah.
we are doing game week number 2, so we can only reference game week number 1. So game week number 1, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, we are only the 3 clubs that right now we are holding on to the W. It's okay, Jeff. You're not
Alright.
the worst. You're not the worst. You are certainly not the worst because
You are not the
a
worst.
certain club from Manchester, the Red of Manchester. Oh, what a surprise! What a surprise! Who knew? Who knew? So we're gonna speak all about that. 10 matches, guys, to go through right now. So stay tight. We've got a lot of agenda. Manchester United against Brentford Fair. I don't know how nervous you are. If I'm a United fan right now, I wouldn't be able to put myself to sleep.
I'm very curious. I'm worried for the McFred combi actually. I don't see anyone coming in. Even Rabiot is not coming in yet.
Not yet.
So
Not yet.
expecting the worst.
Are you gonna
So,
send? Are you gonna send a big hamper to Veronique, his mom? You have to pacify that woman, you know. If you want that Goldilocks, that French Goldilocks to play for your midfield, all right. So do that. Then a couple of use your NSF voucher, $100. Get that for Veronique. okay?
Barcelona would be able to sign him easily because Piqué is there. And Piqué a good history with someone's mom, yeah.
Not my man. And then of course we are also touching on not only that, the big one. This is why we brought D with us. Of course, D is a Chelsea fan. The big one, the big London Bridge is falling down clash between Tottenham Hotspur and also Chelsea. And it's not only about that match, you know, guys, because I want to talk to D. We want to speak to him. We want to hear from a Chelsea fan what he makes of the current situation with Todd Bowley coming in, and you know there's a brand new regime, especially on the transfer front. Very exciting times for Chelsea. Hijack FC on the move. Okay, so stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna play you this really thrilling video. Right, that was again done by one and only Jiffy. That was the only W he got over the weekend. So stay tuned. See you all in a bit. 40 seconds. Go grab a drink. And right after that, get back to your couch.
See ya.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
Okay, I'm done sharing. Done with that. I've already shared on my own page, Shameless FC setting. Okay, Jeff, you're right. I know you're right. We've been speaking a lot. We've been picking up badminton. How's that going for you, Jeff? You okay? How's that backhand? The backhand smash. Hey,
All good.
I was.
We had training yesterday, and then I have a badminton tournament coming up this Saturday though.
Oh, dude, serious? Wait,
Yes.
you're really that heartbroken?
Why heartbroken lah?
Because Liverpool went on to draw a dreadful draw, and then you pick up badminton straight away, go into a tournament.
Yes. Picking up a new passion just in case I don't
Just
see
in case.
Liverpool winning again lah.
Okay, all right. We'll speak about that, all right? And then we got Fair, of course. Fair, maybe for
Yes.
those who have never seen you before, I'm pretty sure they have seen you somewhere some time ago. But Fair, maybe you want to quickly introduce yourself, all right, to the big focus crew, who you are, and why do you support the lesser half of Manchester?
Alright, wait, Leicester half. I correct that. Man. Hi guys, I'm Fidos. Yeah, I'm a very big supporter of Man U, and whenever Man U lose, like what I always say, I don't eat for a week. Yeah, hopefully I get my meal over this weekend.
Wait
Come
a
on.
minute. Fear is the guy who partnered with Ridwan, right?
Yes,
In the Liverpool
that
versus
day,
Man
the
United
Liverpool
quiz.
That was
Until
Where
how
they
it
Ridwan
protest.
actually cheated and Googled the answer, right?
was all in
Oh.
it was all in the eyes, in the reflection.
I remember the Howard Webb incident.
Okay. So we are gonna speak about Mio as well. So Mio have actually hit headline big time, prime time, right? For Mio. So
And
we are going to
that
speak
will
about
be
him as
covered
well.
later. That will be covered.
Yes, we will cover.
Why was my debut overshadowed by one?
Yeah, don't.
Don't be hard done by it, bro. Nobody can actually outshine him. All right, so you're not alone in this journey. All right, Zam. But we also got a brand new face, Zam. D, a
Yes.
Chelsea fan. We've been searching high and low, frenetically for a Chelsea fan. It seems that there's only about 3 Chelsea fans in Singapore. One of them we know personally. Okay. And then we've got another one from Malaysia. All right. And this one, finally, we found one. We've got D with us for the very first time. D,
Yeah.
Chelsea fan D. How long? The love affair, was it started by Celestine Bakayoko? Was that the idol?
Bakayoko.
Can you guys?
Yes.
Yeah, again. Yeah,
Okay, bro. Go on.
Go on.
Wait,
So I started
is this-
supporting about
Okay.
22 years ago when Zola and Lampard
Ooh.
were in the squad.
The original. The original
Yeah, so that
FC.
was
The
Marcel
original FC.
Desai.
The English Galacticos.
Because my family all
The-
Liverpool fans. Yeah,
They are.
My family are all Liverpool fans.
Wow. What a
So,
horrible time to be living in
If
that
your
household.
family need an adopted son, I'm here.
So I
He's talking about
they
himself.
might need another
about
Liverpool
his
fan. They
family.
might need another Liverpool fan.
And you got the audacity
Yeah,
to apply to be a foster son. Getting back to worse, this Jif. But D, sorry to cut you there. So you come from a
yeah,
Liverpool.
it's been a long time
uh,
supporting them.
Okay, so a Liverpool camp. You went to the blue side, and was there one particular moment that actually swung the pendulum for you? Was there that one moment that you told yourself, yes, this is the club?
That was when I think Lampard was playing, and then I think around 2003, 2004 when we were playing
Okay.
Arsenal in the Champions League. I remember Winbridge scored the winner, and I was watching that game. I was like, "Wow, I'm sorry to say that was a beautiful moment for me. It was a tough
I
game.
was
It
supporting
a very tough
Chelsea
game
that
against a
match.
very good Arsenal side. Yeah, it was a very
Don't talk
good
about
Arsenal side, by the
Arsenal,
way.
no.
It was a
No.
horrendous Arsenal team.
You notice, right? He put
Yeah.
on the London Underground Train T-shirt. He had.
Please don't spot my shirt. This was supposed to be a subtle one, all right? Nobody's supposed to actually pick this up. Okay. Okay, but D has come forward, Jif, of course. All right, that was his start, the love affair with Chelsea. At least we know he came from the original FC.
FC,
The original
yeah.
camp, the pre-Roman money is what they call it right now, right? Guys, so let's get cracking, man. All right, let's see if we have any good one to pick up first from the comment section as usual.
There's a lot, man.
let's see.
There's a lot.
Hey, Sam, can you pick it up because it's not actually appearing on my
okay.
screen? Yep, let's go.
Who's this? Is this a new Sadiq Manzir? Hello.
Sadiq
hello.
Manzir.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Sadiq Manzir.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Okay, and I'm a United fan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. You know, we have new viewers in the show.
Yes.
Hopefully,
Spread
you know,
love.
spread the love. You know, share our video. You know, support all our social media, and of course, if you have any comments, feel free. Spam the chat board. No, spam the chat. Okay.
Yes, please.
Another
Yes,
one.
please.
Alamak, dah Begina.
Victor Sim.
What do you want to say? How can
Okay.
you miss my comment? What
Comment
comment?
yesterday. If City wins championship, put
Wow.
boss up for 1 month. It's okay then. That means Ridwan will be safe.
You see the power of Ridwan. Even though he's not in the show, but he's the main topic ever since we start the show.
Yeah, because he is
Everyone
Premier
is talking
League.
about him.
He's Barclays Premier One.
We Premier League should replace the lion with his picture there.
Okay, go on. Next comment, Zami, come on.
Okay, wait. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a comment from Twitch. Edgy King Raihan. Hello guys, are we all happy? Of course.
Oh,
That's
yes.
the reason why. That's the reason why we are
Yes.
back online. No, we are
Vamos.
back on the show. Vamos.
Vamos.
Life is back.
Yes,
And
sir.
it looks like he is a Spurs fan.
Oh, come on, Spurs.
Interesting.
All right. Okay, so
Alright.
why not Zam? All right, do you have any more to pick up, bro?
Okay,
Tottenham
this is
are
the
always-
one. This is the one that he has. What you say? Tottenham are always at disadvantage at Stamford Bridge, but Spurs may come in with high confidence. Okay, we will touch that topic later on.
True.
One of the topics, yeah. So,
Yep.
Edgy King Raihan, thanks for tuning in from Twitch. Feel free, comment.
Yep.
Keep the comments running in. We want to have the interaction, you know. Especially one of the main topics we have is the North London derby, you know.
North
Okay.
London Derby, that's
Yep.
the big one as well.
Yeah.
Wait, that's not North London Derby, it's only London
yeah,
Derby.
yeah, London
London Derby,
okay,
because
yeah.
someone comes from the west, right?
Yeah, okay. Onana, what's a Papa
Wait,
Bear?
is it now a confirmed transfer, Onana, for Everton? Is that confirmed now?
I don't know.
Any
Let's
anybody
Confirm.
watching?
Confirm.
Confirm.
Yeah, he was
Wow.
he was in the stands on the previous game week, so it's confirmed.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big guy, man. That guy
Okay,
is
yeah.
built like a unit in the middle of the park.
I-
With Idrissa Gueye as well coming back to Everton.
Oh yeah.
And
Hmm.
Dokore. You know, screams stamina. It screams a lot of industry and a lot of tenacity in the middle, bro. You don't want to be playing against Everton. That's what we say, and then they end up with.
But I feel that Everton has a lot in their midfield, but quite short up front. You know, I think with DCL, I think injured. I think I heard he was
Injured.
injured or something.
Injured,
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah,
He's,
so
I
I
think,
think-
right now, Milan fashion show, perhaps. The tiny little bag.
But did they sign any striker to replace Richarlison? No.
No,
No,
they
I
brought,
don't
they got Duncan Ferguson out of retirement. Because that's probably the
Dunk.
best striker they had in all their years of
Man.
existence.
And
Right, but love,
he says normal Everton then.
love and respect for Papa for tuning in, Papa. But go on, man. This is only 90 minutes. All right. If you have
Yeah.
the stamina to actually outlast or rather continue with the support for Everton, I'm pretty sure you can tahan with us for 90 minutes, lah. Not a tall order to replicate. All right. Next one. You got any good one?
No. I think what we can do is share this video. Remember, follow us on Facebook,
yes.
Instagram,
Yes, sir.
Twitter. You follow our social media and
Yes.
share this video. Spread the love, so no, because it's the start of the new season. No,
Mm.
bring us to everywhere. No, get it to 13 million. Now we have 13
Sharing
million.
is caring, sharing is
Yeah.
free.
Yes, sir. All right. So with
Okay.
that, boys, let's go on to the first. Thank you so much, Vanessa White, for picking up all the comments. I'm Pat Sajek for today, yeah. Alright, so I've got my Vanessa White. Let's go on to the first one. The early kickoff for tomorrow, or rather on Saturday. All right, the first kickoff that's 7:30 our time. It's Everton. Staying on the brief, it's still Everton. Ironically, it's Everton against Aston Villa. Aston Villa playing at home, boys. Let's go with first. Maybe we want to give the honor to our guest for today. D, you want to start the ball rolling? Aston Villa. What do you guys make of the defeat? And Steven Gerrard. I want to expand slightly on Steven Gerrard. Is he fast running out of ground, running out of road? Because he came in with such a big hype coming from Rangers. I bet you not. I tell you this for free. If his name was Steven Azonzi, Cat Stevens, nobody would have actually bet an eyelid. Nobody. No, no Steven Watts. Come on.
Stevie, what?
Okay, Stevie. Yes. Okay, my bad. Okay, if it's Stevie Wonder, I would understand why they wouldn't hire Stevie Wonder as a coach, but it's okay. All right, I'm not gonna go there. Jif, I've done Stevie Wonder before for Clubhouse. Call up, ring once, hang up the phone. But hey, I want to start with Aston Villa. D. Your take on Aston Villa right now, especially the first defeat. Surprising, Vitality Stadium. Everybody has actually earmarked Bournemouth to be the relegation fodder. No. They went against the script.
Yeah, so I think it was a tough first game for them. They dominate. I think Aston Villa dominated the game. They did dominate the game, but as per usual, the team with the ball didn't score the goals, which you need to score, lah. And I think they were a bit unlucky, but at the same time, up front they didn't have a lot of invention. They didn't look like they had something to push them forward to get that goal. And I think goals were well crafted out, to be honest. However, this game against Everton is going to be tough because Everton proved on the previous game week that the team to play against, they were tough to play against. If you see the game, they were intense.
Yep.
Whole game, they put Chelsea under pressure. They didn't let Chelsea rest. So I think maybe they will have a struggle against Everton. But throughout the season, I don't relegation zone. I think they are quite a well-established team. So yeah, I think it's a tough start for them. I don't think it's a good start, but a tough start for them. I think it's just unlucky lah for me lah.
Unlucky. Okay. Fir, going with you. When it
Yes.
comes to Aston Villa, right? Aston neutral. Where do you realistically place Aston Villa? Where should they finish given the support that Gerrard has right now in terms of transfer up? I wouldn't say it's overwhelming because they sealed their transfers. I think early doors.
Early,
And
very
then-
early.
Very, very early. I think, in fact, they were one of the few clubs who had actually sealed two of their top, or rather their players for the first team fold really, really early. And then they went into a slight slumber. Okay, not much action. And then they got the left back as well. I think that the Swedish guy, I think Tips can actually tell us more about it. But man, it's such a conundrum, right? With Aston Villa, you expect them to play that fast-flowing football, looking at the talent they have in their roster.
Yeah.
With with Bailly, and then we've got Bailey is what they pronounce, right, for Jamaicans, and then with Ings, with Watkins as well. It poses so much threat, but more often than not, they don't usually deliver. They always fall short. Fear.
If we look, if from my perspective, you see, the moment Gerrard came in, he was winning games because he totally changed the way Aston Villa play, which comes as a surprise for opponents. But once he doesn't change the coming games, the formation remain the same. The playmaker Coutinho, once he get the ball, the runs from Ellie Watkins was very similar.
Yep.
Once the opponent catch that kind of play, they are nullified. When neutralized, they got no plan B. That's when the dip of form, for me, that was when the dip of form from Aston Villa came in.
Predictable. Is that it?
Yeah,
They become
predictable.
Predictable.
Correct. For the
Jiff.
Bournemouth game, I think
yeah.
for Bournemouth game, I think it's always a challenge to face a new promoted team.
Yes.
Likewise, you don't know how the team gonna play when they enter Premier League. See how Liverpool struggle with Fulham. Yeah, similarly. Sorry, Jeff. I have to bring Liverpool in.
Sorry.
But yeah,
After that-
that's the reality of the football match.
No, and you're right. Nobody wants to play a newly promoted team, especially on the first day. Right? Everybody will be on the bounce. The stadium will be rocking. It will be electric. The atmosphere. I was on the receiving end of it. My team was
Yes.
being made to look like a fool. Ha ha ha! Arsenal crash and burn first game. Ha ha ha! Against Brentford, who loses to Brentford anyway? Ha ha ha! Never mind. I've got a friend in Tips. I've got a friend in Jeff as well. Hey, but guys, Steven Gerrard. Let's talk about Steven Gerrard. He came out publicly. I don't know whether we can actually term this as a criticism, a straight criticism towards Mings. So we had this chat, right, Zam, in our chat group. This is really uncharacteristic, man, of Steven Gerrard to come out full force. I thought he is someone who is more reserved, and you're a Liverpool guy, right? You adore him to the hill. You support him to the hill. Is that something of character when it comes to Steven Gerrard and him coming out with such malice and intent towards Tyrone Mings?
Okay, I think. Okay, you were asking me or you were asking Jeff?
Let's go with G first and then we go with you, Zam.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Because it's Steven
Okay.
Gerrard, right?
Yeah.
They understand Steven Gerrard better than us.
Hey, Diablo.
Liverpool.
No, I think it's a bit unusual that Gerrard actually, chose to, slash out on Tyrone Mings. I'm not sure what actually happened behind the scene between Gerrard and Tyrone Mings, but I heard
Yeah.
there's some like attitude thingy, right? He mentioned that he got to do with his attitude in training.
So
and
I think to quote directly, he said like, I want to see right in his eyes that he really wants it, that he wants to be back and all kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought it was pretty unusual, man, from Steven Gerrard, Jeff.
yeah, but overall, if you look into Tyrone Mings' performance ever since last season, right? He has been he has not been at his best ever since even before Gerrard took over the team. I can guarantee that most Aston Villa fan can say that he is not at his best like how he was 2 seasons ago. Even his performance in England, he's not doing that good as well. And his absurd performance in the last game against Man City, where he was the captain and 2 of the goals leaked is due to him as well.
Yep.
One of it is his mistake. So besides that, I don't dare to comment much. I'm not really sure what happened. Maybe Tips can enlighten us what actually happened behind the
Yeah,
scene.
boy. Yeah.
But for me personally, I don't think slashing out on your player, especially your ex-captain, in the media is the right thing to do, because he used to be the captain of the team, and he would definitely influence the rest, certain players in the squad as well.
That's right.
And if his moral is going to go down, the rest of the team going to have moral down as well.
Yeah, agree. Good one. Zam, again, last one on Steven Gerrard. Right now, if you are the one supporting Aston Villa, what would be your general outlook of the team and especially the gaffer himself, Steven Gerrard? Do you pledge in more time? Would you be patient with him?
I think it looks that Gerrard is putting his foot down in terms of like, okay, you know what? As a manager, the manager will always have the final say. You know, I think with the fact that he dropped Mings' strip of the captaincy, and issued that challenge, I think in a way it's a very subtle way of telling him, you know what? If you don't perform, I'll make you an example. But but the way is that there is a really a tight rope of tactics in terms of like you do not want to publicly denounce your ex-captain.
Uh-huh.
You publicly do not want to hang him out to dry, throw him under the bus. But the fact that as a captain, you need to raise your game. And I think like what Jeff say, last season he wasn't playing much as a captain. He wasn't leading from the back. And I think that confidence affected the team as a whole. I think let's put it this way: last game of the season, from 2 goals up, and what Jeff say, 2 of the goals came from him. It says a lot as a captain. Like if your captain is
Thank you, Minx.
not the best, not the best player on the pitch, you know, how is he's the captain? I think we will touch about when United talking about the Fridge Maguire.
Oh, really?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like if your captain is not the best,
Mhm.
how does that bring confidence to the other players?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know?
Exactly.
Ah, okay, but we will talk about that later. Especially when it comes
Will
to
we?
United.
Will we?
I mean, let's put.
We have to. We have to.
Yeah,
Because
we
you
have
look,
to.
you look right now.
Get
you
it
look,
off the chest.
Okay, the viewership at this current moment is at 10 million. I bet you not. All right. Once we hit Manchester United, it will go over the sky and right into the moon. Okay, so just hang on. Last one, D, on Everton. You mentioned you were singing praises of them. Again, very resolute defensively. So, but the problem I have is them losing Richarlison. That is going to be a huge miss for them to replace that goals outlay given by that one singular guy. And DCL right now he's not performing up to task. Where is the goals coming from?
Yeah, good question. For me, it looks like they need. I don't see a goals from them. To be honest, if you talk about maybe the white players, even the white players they are okay. I'm seeing a comment saying Solomon Rondon is probably not good enough for goals. But I, 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 I think honestly they need Calvert-Lewin, but if not, they need to get another striker because at the moment he probably they are best at the moment. I can't see anyone else. But defensively, I think defensively they are a very good side. Defensively, probably at the moment they look very resolute. But going forward, didn't score against Chelsea because they didn't have that Richarlison kind of player. Good creative. Ruby was playing out of his socks. Their midfield trio was everywhere. It was very shocked. Their wingers, their white players were pushing back James and the white back, the other wing back. I think it was. I forgot who it was actually now. But going forward, at the moment, I think Calvert-Lewin. I think he's injured for a while. Right? I think he's injured for a few months. Is it or a few weeks?
Perhaps, yeah, maybe. And I think is it the same old injury? Is it a recurrence? Oh, Dele Alli, yeah, they actually experimented with Dele Alli as false 9, but only to realize that he's a false player. Not only is not the false, he's a false player. Right, he shouldn't even live and breathe football anymore. Okay, that guy is a complete fraud. But okay, let's go on to the prediction for Aston Villa versus Everton being the first game to kick off. Let's start off with D. You have the honor right now. Again, Papa Bear is a huge guy. He's a huge fella. He's a big Evertonian friend. So watch out, right? So because I'll give him your address, okay, after this. So the prediction: Aston Villa and Everton. There's a bit of a buffer. So he's drinking.
I'm gonna say. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
This feels like Interstellar, you know.
The most suspense prediction ever.
You better come up with something really extreme, okay, D? Because we have to wait for you to come through. It's like Interstellar. I'm floating. I'm looking at you in the living room.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Okay, now it's better. Don't move your lips. Stay that way. All right, stay that way. Do not move. He has the antenna. The antenna is coming up.
I'm gonna say 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. All right.
After waiting for an eternity, you're coming up with a dreadful draw. 1-1 D. I'm starting to love this guy. Okay, let's move on to the next one, guys. So 1-1 it is for Aston Villa versus Everton. Move on to the next one. The next big thing, man. Talk of the town, flavor of the month. Arsenal versus Leicester. Jesus Zinchenko, Mohamed El Neni. You got the Holy Trinity. You got Gabriel. You got Aaron. How can you beat a holy team? You can't even call Holyfield to beat us. Nobody can beat Arsenal right now. Arsenal versus Leicester is going to be a quick one. Phil, were you impressed by Arsenal against Crystal Palace?
First half, yes.
Second half,
Second half, no.
bro. Panama World Cup 2018, 6-1 loss against Tunisia. That was how we performed. Rabak, that was really, really poor, man. It was
Yeah.
really a hard watch. But first half, we were impressive, right, Phil? That's all that
Yes,
matters.
first half, superb.
Superb. We
Second half,
suffocated.
only Ramsdale was playing.
Yes, you're right, bro. You're right. And for that, you get... okay, let's talk about Tielemans for a bit. Because right now, it seems like there's a bit of a central theme between Arsenal and also Tielemans. And it's not about us winning over them. Right now, this is what I'm doing right now, the prediction, if you can call it. But it's Tielemans, man. He wants to move. It seems like he's been slightly priced out. But the ball is firmly in his court. He's telling Leicester, you don't sell me right now. Guess what? I'm going to walk on the free. Okay. But why is nobody coming from Tielemans? Again, we actually discussed this briefly last week. But Fear, you weren't part of the action. Tielemans, man. United probably would do well with Tielemans right now.
Correct. I think apart from United, if you look at at least the top 6, who is way above Leicester at the moment, where will Tielemans fit in the current team? Will he displace Rodri? Will he displace people like Odegaard? Yeah, I think there's no one that he is clearly better than the current players. So that for me, that's why the current teams are not going for him.
Okay.
But the question is why Manu is not going for him puzzled me as well. Maybe the price, I'm not sure, and this one the board has to answer for it.
Okay.
Literally, we are not going for anyone lah. We are just going for people like Rabiot. All this.
But with 1 year left on his contract,
1 year left.
he would be around the price of Rabiot, right? I believe maybe 15 to 20 millions.
Yeah, but no, good point, G. Because right now Leicester, they are holding out for 35, between 30 to 35 million.
30.
Yes, he believed that the valuation should be 25. I believe there was an agreement before the transfer window opened up, and I think the owners of or the owner of Leicester City, they misread the temperature here. They thought that a lot of bids will come in for their players, especially for Tielemans, but right this current moment, zilch. Nobody is coming in, only for Arsenal, and that's why at this current moment we are performing like Mick Jagger. We that smooth. We don't want to put in the money. We want Tielemans to walk on all fours to the Emirates, which he will do, of course, this Saturday. Zam, Leicester, quickly. Drew, 2-0 up, and then Rogers did the Rogers that we know. All right. Istanbul. Great. They will pack back 2-2. Leicester. I don't know. I don't know about you, Zam. I have Brendan Rodgers firmly in that sack race.
I think I agree with you on that, because you see, if you look at the teams that strengthen their team, I think Leicester didn't buy anyone, right?
Not yet.
Not yet, right? Okay. So I feel that by not strengthening their team, it's just the same team last season.
Mhm.
You know, and when your rivals are strengthening their team, I mean, let's talk about their immediate rival, mid-team rivals. You know, strengthening their teams, and you're not strengthening your team, and it's always the same issue. Oh, because we do not have any money, and you must understand that Vardy is already in his 30s.
Yeah.
You need to replace that. Nacho has not exactly light out on the fire. Daka as well, you know.
Mm.
I think they pale in comparison with the fact that they have always been dependent in with Vardy, and I think with the fact that you have players like Madison, you know, Tillsman are playing, you know, at their prime of the career, I think this season is going to be the make or break season for them. You know, like, you know what, Leicester is, I think, has already reached the best that it can be, and it's time for them to move on. So I think Rodgers definitely will be in the sack for the, you know, the race for the first manager to get sacked. You know,
I mean, of course, right now, us talking about the sack race is, of course, overly premature. But you know, this is inevitable in football. It will come.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
So, but I have his name right now. If I'm a betting man, I think Brendan Rodgers should be firmly in the ring in terms of his name, just in the head as well. Jif, is the magic quickly running dry or running out for Leicester City? Because you know, first 5 seasons, we were all equally astounded, right? That club, that fairy tale club, won the title with absolute zero fairy tale story. It seems like they are taking a different route when it comes to fairy tale. They are going from hero to zero right now, Jif.
Yep. I think I will touch back on the Brendan Rodgers topic of a while, because if you look at Brendan Rodgers' track record, right, even with Liverpool,
Third
he
season syndrome.
always do well, yes, in the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then
Yeah.
it will be downhill from there.
The third season,
So
third season
I wouldn't
syndrome.
be surprised if actually Rodgers will be the first manager in Premier League to be sacked, like how An said it.
Yep.
And if you ask me if they have lost their magic, yes, because if you look into the game against was it Brentford, right?
Brentford, yeah. Brentford,
Brentford,
Jeff.
yeah,
Brentford.
where they actually conceded 2 goals,
2 goals.
so that Brentford can actually secure a draw. And if you
Mm.
look at the lineup that they actually play, is one thing that I feel is a bit weird for Rogers because you're playing with 3-5-2 or 3-5-1. Madison at the back of
Three five
Wadi.
one, yeah.
Yeah. And not many club can actually, or not many manager can actually pull out the 3-5-2 formation perfectly because you have to look at the three defense that you have. And with the squad that they have, the three defense that they have, it's Fofana,
So Yun Chu, right? That day.
no,
So Yun
Soyuncu
So Yun Chu
wasn't
wasn't there. Was
Uh,
Evans? Was Evans?
Evans,
playing?
yes.
Evans
Evans.
played.
and Amati.
Amati, yes.
Amati.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Amati. Yes.
And these three, when you play with three defense, you are exposed at the side because
Yeah.
you only have three people, and with those three players with very less space, I would say it'll be very difficult for you guys. And if Rogers going to continue and play with that formation and that kind of football, I think I really got a feeling that Leicester will be in the bottom 10 this season.
Yeah, boy. Speaking of which, right, if you touch on the defense, and I want to quickly push this to D. D, at this current moment, you're being looked as the antagonist because you are just going to reduce them in terms of strength and quality because Todd Bowley is flexing his cash.
Hmm.
What is being mooted right now? 80 million. Wesley Fofana, the guy who did well for one season last season. All right, he was in the ER, Grey's Anatomy. He was part of the season, always on the bed. All right, that's it. And then he comes back, and you guys are splashing 80 million. What's the wisdom behind that, D? You know, I need a bit of money. The utility is getting high. Why not totally pay now?
Uh,
Just a bit. That will go a
to,
long way.
to, be- to be very honest, I'm not sure why we're spending so much on him.
Uh-huh.
There is so many other. We just bought Koulibaly for quite a high amount, and he's 31 years old. I mean, I understand why West Fana is so highly rated, but he's not that much lah. He's not 80 million worth. I think that's quite crazy. Frankie de Jong's price tag.
Frankie De Jong. You gotta slow down with Frankie De Jong because Frankie De Jong right now is such a big taboo name, okay, D? So you gotta whisper.
Yeah, it is.
You have to whisper when it comes to Frankie De Jong.
No, what is
Okay?
crazy? 80
No, but
million.
actually, I think
Yes, fifth. Go on.
yeah, the 80
Why-
million for Fofana was actually benchmarked by Harry Maguire. So we must understand from Leicester owners' point of view. If they can sell Maguire for 80 million, we can do it for Fofana.
That's the ultimate finessing of Leicester to United.
Can you guys sense the
I can sense it. Wow.
I can see it through the Bachelor.
What a great time to be alive. The benchmark is Harry Maguire, 80 million. He's doing extremely well at Manchester United. Why not knock another one out of Chelsea? 80 million. It's 80 or nothing for Fofana. But what's realistically a good price for Fofana? I'm looking at him. He's no more than a 40 million to me. No more than a 40 fair. Right?
Yeah, if you say 50 is too much for Fofana. Ben White was 50, right?
50. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Fofana is anything better than Ben White.
Hasn't broken into the French national squad, the senior squad. Not yet. Again, last season he was on the beach, of course. Circumstantially, he got out injured. Not his fault. But hey, it's got to play a big part, right, when it comes to just the valuation itself. So for him, going out one season injured, only for his price to jack up. I want to be a player right now. I want to be a player. Because I'm thinking I'm probably worth 25 million.
But is Chelsea that desperate for a centre back? I don't think so, right?
Yeah, I about to ask that. Do you really
yeah.
need Fofana in the squad?
Yeah.
I
You
think
have
it's more
Chalobah.
about the fact that I think Chelsea are doing an intent. If you look at it, like just getting the best player or potential players in the squad. So I think with Fofana, if you look at it from a perspective, he's young, he still have potential to grow. So I think Chelsea knows, you know what, grab him before he becomes big, he becomes good, and then the other clubs go for him.
But it's a financial suicide. Zam, they are never going to get 80 million anymore for Fofana. even if they're paying for potential, which I can understand, I can digest that, but they can never ever match the 80 million. Never in a million years. And this is not to devalue or degrade Fofana. I think he's a player. There's a player in Fofana. But is he ever going to reach
Sunil, how
80?
to
I
break
don't think so.
how to break into the
Sunil knows it. Sunil knows it. I don't have to explain. Saliba, Rolls Royce of a defender. Forget about it. Deschamps is going
Just
to play
after
with
one
one
game, yeah?
defender. One defender. All right, for World Cup. It's going to be you see, for the French side right now. Pavard, Varane, out. Saliba, one man show at the back. Okay. I tell you, I'm going to be unbearable this season, guys. So you have to put up with me. Look
Sudah
at
lah. Sudah lah.
Baru
on
satu
loan
game
for,
lah, bang.
on loan for 2 seasons, Arsenal was calling for a centre back by Ben White, and then this season good game suddenly
Kalma.
Sudah.
Season, fight for top 4 again.
Oh, Jif. You're not supposed to attack me, Jif. We were supposed to be best friends. Okay,
okay,
let's go
okay.
on. Jif, maybe want to end it with you when it comes to the prediction. Arsenal versus Leicester. Game to be played at 10 p.m. Of course, this is the only game that StarHub will screw up that day. Trust me. Okay, so Arsenal versus Leicester. Let's go. Prediction, Jif.
Alright, I'll just pull this up before I predict. Wait for Leicester to call in the time monks, then confirm Arsenal. So I'm going to give 2 predictions. One with the time monks, one without the time monks. With the
Okay,
time monks, I think
so
Leicester
without the
will beat
Bomosiam.
Arsenal. Okay, without, Without, alright.
Without,
I'll say Arsenal, it will be easy for Arsenal. 3-0 to Arsenal.
Home game.
Yes.
Okay,
With the
3-1.
time monk. 3-0.
No. Even the Taimang is scared of Saliba. All right, so watch.
Hey, don't forget, it's the holy team,
Yes, the holy team. All right, so nobody can penetrate. Nobody can penetrate right now. Okay, Zam. Any more good chats that we can actually pick up? Because
Okay.
right now I'm seeing nothing from my screen.
Victor, they saw what they pay for Cucurella, want to make Chelsea. Yeah, I think it's true because you see, if the fact that if the players can be sold, milk the money, why not? I think Leicester also would definitely want the money. I think with Leicester, I read somewhere that the owners cannot be throwing their money around. I think with the economy, the inflation, and that what's happening right now in the in the world and market today.
Being in the DFS business, right? Aviation was
Yeah.
badly hit for the past 2 years, right, Zam? So I think logic will tell you that their business has been badly hit. So it's
yeah.
probably rock bottom right now, bro, when it comes to their financial portfolio.
Precisely. I think, unfortunately for Leicester fans, the reality is that the honeymoon is over, lah. I think the 5-year honeymoon, after winning the title, honeymoon is over.
They've paid the price. They've paid the price. They actually sold their soul to the devil. That season, Arsenal was supposed to be the champions. Okay? They got every time monk in the world, okay, to congregate in Thailand to pray for Arsenal's downfall. This is alluding to the comment made by Papa Bear just now. Right? Papa Bear, right, is in the association of shamans. So he knows what's going on. Okay, there was a curse that was being placed against Arsenal that season. We were supposed to win it, but it's okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, Zam. All right, because the next one we have the not so interesting game because Sunil is watching, so I have to say this: Brighton versus Newcastle, boys. Okay, Brighton, Zam, gross of a team. Jif, gross. D, gross.
This one must ask the one on your right, on the
Yes.
screen. Fir Majid.
Because
Fir.
he watched the game 90 minutes full. So,
This one is the best time to ask Fir about his feeling about how the game was.
Let it out. Let it out.
The game, in the starting part gives us a lot of hope.
During
Bruno miss
the warm up.
the first few minutes before the first goal. There was hope. We were playing well.
Yeah.
Bruno missed one chance. We felt that we will have more chance coming in. But the moment the first goal came in, we revert back to our default settings. Literally. Like we don't have a center forward, we don't have a number 9, but we are playing long ball. And we have a Marcus Rashford who won't jump for a challenge. He will just stood his ground. Yeah, and I still can't believe we actually revert back to the default settings. To add on, I'm surprised because pre-season you saw how we play.
That's why
It was
no
superb,
Phil.
you know.
What happened? It was completely Jekyll and Hyde, day and night, chalk and cheese. Because
Eh,
you were coming in with
I
that
can
hype.
see Jeff smiling, you know that.
You were coming in with
The
that hype.
smirk.
And guys, let's be fair, right? Let's be objective with this one. I don't know why we are talking about Manchester United. This is about Brighton, man. But let's make this a quick one because we have a big chunk of this episode reserved for Manchester United. Or maybe should we save it for later on? Hey, let's talk about Brighton first. Let's not talk about
Brighton
Manchester
first
United
lah.
first.
Brighton first lah.
Brighton,
Okay.
Brighton. Zam, Graham Potter. If you're looking for a manager, let's say the top 6 clubs, right? Don't mind D. You will always laugh about 1 minute later. Okay.
see the vibes change, you know.
D is okay, D. I absolutely love you, D. I absolutely love your latency. I live for these kind of days, all right? So, Zami, when it comes to Graham Potter, surely the top 6 clubs right now, if they're looking for the next manager, should his name right now be in the hat?
Of course. I think we talked about this before. I think last season or last season we talk about Graham Potter, like how come no big clubs are going for him? You know,
Mm.
English manager. You know, I think he knows the game. He knows the league. He knows the opponents well. So I'm not sure why no one actually picked him out. But I think that's the thing, like, you know, with England, the media will always hype him. You know, and I think, you know, especially with Jeff, you know, Brendan Rodgers was talked about being the next
Yeah.
England manager. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, so I think that's the problem with England managers from England and the hype. You know, when they hit a purple patch, you know, everything goes well for them. You know, they are the masters and whatnot. But I think with Brighton, it shows that even though he lost Cucurella, you know, the team that he put up gave United a good fight. So I feel that maybe one good season in Brighton. I think we should seriously consider, you know, top clubs should consider him to be the next manager. That's for sure.
Exactly. And I don't think it's going to be Arsenal, right? Because we have this really unexplainable love affair with Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta can take a big dump in the middle of the field and they say, wow, trust the process. That's a hallmark of a good manager, taking a big dump in front of 60,000 crowd. Okay. So you're looking elsewhere. You're looking elsewhere. Maybe an Aston Villa. I think we spoke to Tips about this. So when Gerrard was being touted, okay, I was slightly skeptical. I was thinking names like Graham Potter, and then another one, of course, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst as well. So of course he's now with Rangers, right? So do you think having Graham Potter, let's say now the case study is Aston Villa, would he have a better impact right now? Maybe Jif.
Uh,
Would the result be better than what Steven Gerrard is right now? Or even let's not even a club like Everton as well. You know, we put them in the bubble.
I think it's exactly like how, you know, Eddie Howe, you know, joined Newcastle. Now, Eddie Howe is a good young manager, but he couldn't deliver during his time in Bournemouth. But he proved that he could be the man when he took over Newcastle. And come to Aston Villa's situation, right? If you were given the choice between Steven Gerrard and Potter earlier on, I would definitely go with Potter if you ask me, because Gerrard is new to this managerial position that he's having,
Yeah.
and he had 2 great seasons with Rangers. And for me, I think, you know, when Gerrard signed for Aston Villa, me myself, I said that he's not ready for the big league.
Yeah.
He should have stayed in Rangers, you know, build up that momentum. Because you are having a good season and you are competing in Europa as well.
Yeah.
And if you move on and continue to perform in Europa, that's where you can get experience playing against other clubs in Europe, and then you'll be ready for the big league, which is the Premier League. Because Premier League is not for all managers. So going back
Agree.
to the question, I think Potter would be the perfect match for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And if Aston Villa were to look for a new manager after Gerrard, post Gerrard, he will definitely be one of the candidates that they should be looking at.
True. All right, good one. Dear, looking at this message, or rather the comment made by Victor, all singing the praise of Bissouma last season. They have Moses Sacedo right now. They still have Trossard, Gross, and Joel Robert. Oh, wait, Joel. I was seeing double. I thought Joel
Yeah,
Robert.
Cookie.
Joel Cookie. And Cookie. Okay. Wait. There's a guy in the background. Tips. If you want to come on, feel free. Okay. I'm not going to bring you in because you have control right now. Okay. Anytime you're ready, come on board. Okay? I'm gonna make you feel exclusive like a guest. Sacedo, this guy, or Casedo. How impressed were you, D? Monster. Monster of a player.
He was great player. He played really well during that game. I think the standout was him and Trossard. Trossard was brilliant during the game. Trossard is not even a winger and he was playing, making Dalot and even Maguire look absolutely horrendous that game with that fans. But Casado, I thought when they lost Bissouma, I thought, okay, maybe they'll have a bit of trouble in that midfield area. But when he brought this guy in, man, he was immense. He kept, it's very simple play, just wins the ball back, keeps team moving forward, which is something a defensive mid should do. But going forward as well, he does. It's too early to say lah, but he does remind me a bit of N'Golo Kante in some ways.
Yes,
but
exactly.
it's too early to say. It's
Kante.
very early to say. He's very young, but in such a simple way of playing, and he's got so much of fitness in it. The reason why that Bruno, Fred, and McTominay struggled was because he was shielding that back, and when they were trying to ping those passes, he was there controlling the game, and whenever he got the ball, he wasn't afraid. Usually defensive midfielders afraid to play those difficult balls, but he wasn't. He got the ball, he played difficult passes out, and I think that's also a factor that you have particularly good players like Pascal Gross and Trossard around you, which helps a lot. I think one thing about Brighton is their team is very brave on the ball, which is I think United were a bit unlucky in the second half, but I think Brighton they were very brave, and that boy Moses Caicedo, he was amazing. He's gonna be another 50 million signing in the next 5 years lah. So
No, watch out for your boss. He's coming with 120 million from him next season. Watch out, right? The Steel Amex card is coming out next season.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Done deal.
Yeah, I can deal with bad internet. I cannot deal with bad takes. Bad footballing takes. Okay, fair. Right now,
Yes.
on to you. Newcastle equally on the same vein. We talked a lot about Graham Potter. Okay. Hey, Eddie Howe. What a manager. Wara manager. Turning it around, 14 games without a win. This guy came in like a messiah, bro. He actually now not only the style of play, but they look really competitive in the middle. Right?
Yes.
They look like a proper unit, like a proper footballing unit. They are all right now stuck to their task. It seems like everything is going well for Eddie Howe, and he also has now extended his contract. He jolly well do so because I think his stock is on the rise again, Fear.
Yes, agree. I think his masterpiece is really what he did with Joelinton. Like, whoa, I don't know if any of us can actually foresee.
Steve Bruce fanboy would say that the credit should be given to Steve Bruce, not him. Steve Bruce was the one out of desperation who played him from striker to midfield. So don't take that away. Steve Bruce lover boys will actually knock on your door.
Wow, but he excelled under Eddie Howe. Basically, the whole team played
Really good,
well
loh.
under
Really
Eddie Howe.
well, man.
Yeah. But to me, is what you do in training ground and you play to each other's strength.
True.
Yeah, you can't bring your own manager philosophy to a team and expect all the players to play according to your style, because each and every player have different strength. Yeah, so it is about how you adapt lah.
Can we be lunatic enough, right, to come up with something so ludicrous like Newcastle winning the league, like a Leicester?
No, not yet.
World Cup coming in. All right, this is going to be an odd year for football. The top teams will have their top players out. You don't know the state of mind, the state of the physical aspect. Them coming back. You know what kind of shape they are in. Newcastle, why can they do a Leicester Zam? Are we looking at Newcastle doing a Leicester without the
Why not?
Taimang, of course?
Why not? I mean, if you look at it, Newcastle, Eddie Howe has been pulling in the shift, exceeding all expectation. I think we talk about Newcastle being relegated, and then look what happened. Eddie Howe brought everything to the table, brought the team up. So I think maybe one or two good signings. Newcastle, I think we shouldn't discount them. Challenging for the league or even winning the title.
But not this season, Not this season.
Not this season lah. Maybe next
this
season. Who knows?
Okay,
Yep.
all right. With that, Zam, can you end this off with your score prediction for Brighton versus Newcastle United? I'm gonna watch this one. But wait, it's being played at the same time as the best team in London, Arsenal. Shameless
Okay.
FC. Come on.
Because the interesting
Yeah,
part
it's
is
the
that Newcastle and Brighton, no 5 and 6. So I think it's going to be a draw lah, because with the momentum that they have, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. I feel like it's going to be a 1-1 draw because with the momentum that they have, I think they just going to cancel out each other.
Okay, all right. So 1-1 draw it is. You've heard it first, Sunil. Not me. I'm looking at Brighton win. Okay, so he'll be in the comment. Yes, An say that it's not me. Maybe An thinks that Newcastle will win. Then he comes out with Brighton victory. Okay, so wait, D is back with us. D has actually subscribed to a brand new internet service provider. Is it any better than the previous one? Okay, D.
I hope so.
You're not using dial-up by any chance? Was the family using the phone just now? It's okay. The joke will turn cold after 2 seconds anyway. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's go on to the next one, boys. We've got the champion, the campeones. Man City versus
Oh, what up, fellas?
Wow.
Hey,
Wow. We found an Indian Faris. With
hey.
the sound cut.
I love it. I want some more.
I want some more.
Oh, gee.
What up,
Just-
Deathshot Nation? What
just
up?
when you
What,
thought that
how
Faris
have
has
you
ended.
all been?
Tips, you okay? Tips. Let's start with Man City versus Bournemouth. Tips, since you have actually made that great entrance.
5-0. Let's go.
5-0.
He comes
5-0 to who? Bournemouth 5, is it?
Haaland. Hey, wait. Before we go to Man City versus Bournemouth, I just want to take quickly. Hey, hello, Faisal Jabbar.
Oh, FJ, abang FJ.
Finally, FJ is back with the big focus crew. Hope you're doing fine, FJ.
That's a welcome clap.
Bad to worse, huh? All right, so Victor Sim, Seagulls versus Magpies is an interesting one. Will they keep another Bruno quiet? We don't talk about Bruno, no. Or the Brazilian bring his magic and win at Amex on Saturday. It's a draw, Victor, unfortunately. Where's his PSG jersey? Sunil, I told you, right? Only when he's a host, he's more poised. Okay, he's very calm. All right, calmness personified. But now you release him, right? You let go of him. You see, this is what happened lah. The truth will come up.
Buto
Alright?
lah, where got such
So don't trust yesterday's tips, huh? That host tips, delete, less of that.
Yes, yesterday's tip was a clone.
Yes. We don't know who that was, Zam. We don't recognize him anyway.
Hey, but
Not-
the that tips and these tips, we still hold the mic lah. Mic.
It's a mic, people don't have get
The
your
mic.
mind out of the gutter.
All you fellas yesterday who were commenting, I'm telling you, this is a mic.
Tips,
Went off.
relax, tips, huh? People are watching you, okay? Maintain. Okay, guys, Mikel Antonio mentioned their system is liquid. Not liquid town, liquid. It's liquid. It can't be contained. When I say to you, it's that they are rotating everywhere. Cancelo popping up in midfield, Kyle Walker playing midfield, basically, he was just lapping up Man City because they got beaten soundly 2-0. Of course, what else do you expect Mikel Antonio to say? And plus, it's coming from Mikel Antonio anyway. Why would you take him seriously? Okay? Man City. Again, I watched that match. And of course, it was for that one guy, Erling Haaland.
Robot.
Oh, dude. So stoic. Ice cold. Remember, guys, I think we all grew up in the same era, right? Those who are chiming in the comment section as well, except for Victor Sim. Andre 3000 once asked this question. What's colder than ice cold? I can hear you. What's colder than ice cold? It's not Andre 3000. Move aside. Get out. It's Erling Haaland season. Erling Haaland is colder than ice cold. Zam, this is your chance. All right, this is the only time I will allow you to brag about Man City. Go on.
Relax lah, one game at a time lah.
Buto lah, this fella in one game at a time. Hey,
You know me very well.
one game at a time.
Tips, I'm drinking, okay? Before you play the sound cut, ask permission. I can choke to
No,
death.
you see,
Choking to
Sunil said
death is a
sound
real
card check.
phenomenon. Huh?
Sunil asked for a sound card check, so I'm showing him like it's working.
Sunil, please, don't ask all these questions anymore, okay? All right, Zam, come on. That guy, the Viking up top with that long locks.
Oh, I think
People were laughing at him, last week. Failed compilation.
typical lah, haters lah.
Oh.
Haters, right? It's the
Haters,
same
huh?
as Darwin, yeah, haters. Okay, but you
Fear
see,
lah,
the thing
yeah.
is-
Fear lah, hater.
so you see, the thing is with Haaland, that's the poacher that I think City missed for the longest time. I think for the fact that we played without striker for many seasons. I think if that was Raheem Sterling or Jesus, right, it's gonna be delay lah.
Zam. Relax yourself.
You see?
All right,
Throwing
steady
shades
on.
at the former
Orang
players.
lama jangan dikenang.
After 4 titles, all right, in the Premier League, and then you are shitting on them, Zam. Come on, Zam. Steady
I'm
on.
not shitting. No, I'm not
Behave
shitting.
yourself,
No,
Zam.
if you, the thing is that you see, like, okay, we are all amateur footballers, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm not.
Ini who
Phil
play
is not.
Wednesday?
I badminton.
Okay, if you look at it, like sometimes it's best to keep it simple. That's the reason why they say keep it simple, stupid. As a striker, what is your job to do? Score goals. You know, get the ball. You not need fancy. Don't need to gilet here, gilet there. Want to try to round the keeper. Haaland is exactly that player that will finish the goals that City missed past few seasons.
Really?
So the fact that you see the fact that when KDB gave that through ball, right, the second goal. How okay?
That was FIFA S, triangle.
That was FIFA. That was Winning 11, Pro Evolution
R1.
Soccer, R1. That kind of
Sprint.
through ball.
R2.
Body
Look at my
check.
finger.
Lock
fuck
lah.
lah.
But I got one
I
question
changed
here.
my setting lah.
I got one question here for Zam. He said the
Alamak.
goals that City have missed last season. You all were the top scorers. No one was score 100 points, score 100 goals, have 0 goals against. Is it?
Okay, why not?
See,
Why not?
That's why when Zam comes up with all these takes,
And
we
then
just
one
say,
game at a
okay.
time.
No, we
Then
just
after that, one game at a time.
we just say okay, Zam.
Okay lah, I want to leave. Bye.
Okay, guys, hey, we want to ask everybody that is still tuning in, right? I just want to ask this question: Erling Haaland, can he break Alan Shearer's long-standing record of what? 36, right, for Premier League? 36 goals, I believe.
36, yeah.
Yep.
36. Can he do that? Wow, what an introduction to Premier League. What an introduction to life at Man City. 2 goals, easy peasy lemon squeezy for him. Walk in the park tips. But with Man City, is there a little chink in their armor, you think? Because I'm looking at their attack. You take away Erling Haaland, they look like mere mortals, man.
True. I agree. I mean, even being mere mortals last season, they
The
scored
echo,
what,
the-
70 over goals?
The echo power.
Huh?
tips, the echo.
The echo
The
better
echo.
no, now
Power.
better.
Power.
Even
Like a wedding banquet. All right. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay lah, now got no echo lah. Okay.
Okay, that better.
Even without Erling Haaland last season, they scored 70 over goals. So I don't think they're mortals or anything if you take out their armor lah. They're still gonna score goals. But with Haaland, they're probably gonna score like what, shit tons of goals lah. They're probably gonna shit tons of goals. And about him breaking Shearer's record, if he doesn't do it this season, he probably does it next season. It's just a matter of time.
Okay. No, good. Yeah, I agree. If it's not this season, it's probably next season. And judging by all the comments right now that we have, Papa Bay said no. Sunil,
said
no. What goals you all missed out? Sunil, don't even bother asking Zam, man. He's on a different level today. Okay? Don't bother asking him.
But Tiban, while we are talking about Haaland, right? Since you're the FPL guru, should we captain Haaland for
Yes.
this week?
FPL
Triple.
guru, it's
Triple?
not me.
Religious class.
Religious class, until midnight, FPL guru is not me.
I'm a Muslim, alright? I don't think we do our religious class past midnight, okay? Unless you are doing the black version. Okay, I'm not going to go there.
You guys sound like Lil Ray.
Joking lah.
Okay. But
Okay.
okay, like in all seriousness, to answer Jeeves' question, right?
Mm.
I mean, looking at the fixtures this coming game week,
Yeah.
you'll only want to captain one of two, like either Salah or Haaland. Salah's playing Palace. Haaland's playing Bournemouth. I mean, yeah, Bournemouth beat Villa last week. You know, whatever. Leave that aside. But I think Man City is a different ball game, lah. Man City is an absolute. Mikel Antonio playing for West Ham can say that they are playing liquid football.
Yeah.
Bournemouth can stick 5-7 fellas behind and they'll still score some goals. So it won't go wrong with Haaland.
Okay, then I think there's only one way that this is going to go. All right, and that is Bournemouth stealing a point from Man City. Because when everybody
will
is
feel
hyping up
relief.
Man City, all right,
I will
some would
feel
know
relief
it.
if that happens.
Some would know it. Every single time when we say it's a foregone conclusion, City will come up with the same moniker, typical City, right, Zam? So is this going to be 5-0 or 1-1?
With Bournemouth, okay, home game, I think it's not going to be typical City, unfortunately. To be honest with you, City home game first few games.
With
they
crowd
wanna
or
make
without or half a crowd?
no
Full
crowd
stadium?
lah, no crowd, no crowd lah, no crowd. Never mind,
Okay,
never mind. Never mind.
What?
This one I will remember.
Smack about my player, what? You talk smack
Eh,
about
but-
Gabriel Jesus.
I never talk smack about Jesus. I just say
Helen
that.
Helen is doing a favor by bringing his own family coming to fill up.
Ouch!
Hey, Phil.
Oh,
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Okay, so what's the scoreline? Have we come up with a scoreline right now? Zam 3-1, 3-0,
I
4-0.
think it's gonna be a
Cricket score.
4-0 lah, 4-0.
4-0. Okay, fair. Papa mentioned it's a monster, but there's a good chance of injuries with it. Hey, that's quite pertinent when it comes to Erling Haaland. Every single season, he will have the injury layoff. So, got to be careful with that. No Sterling, no Jesus. Who's going to supply Haaland to score? Jack Grealish,
KDB,
heard of
ah.
him? No, Jack Grealish, heard of him?
You want a menu? He'll serve the assist in the menu.
That's the menu. You
Hicks.
want to-
You have just reused the same joke you did yesterday, I heard it. Okay, no nonsense striker, guys. 2 bun hairstyle strikers. All the highlights is on Haaland. Fair enough. Even Pep doesn't pressure him. Okay, Victor. Let's go on to the next one. This is probably the most exciting one. For this game week number 2. I guess everybody will have their eyes firmly set on this match. This one. All right. Southampton versus Leeds United. Jif, you laugh. So you are going to expand on this. Southampton versus Leeds United. I'm going to throw you Southampton first. Okay. Started brightly, not brightened, brightly.
Brightly, yeah.
Brightly. 1-0
Brighton sensitive, huh?
against who else? All right, James Ward-Prowse. Okay,
Ward-Prowse,
the Southampton
yes.
boy. With Southampton again. With Southampton, right? Another strange one. A good family club. I think I'm very, very sure those who support Southampton, they are immensely proud of this club. But in terms of this year's ambition, I have this fear in me that they are missing out. And they will be the one that will be left behind biting dust.
Yep. It's very worrying when you look at the first game, right? Where they scored 1 goal and they concede 4 goals.
Yeah.
And the 4 goals that they conceded are easy goals, I would say, soft goals that they conceded. Look at the goals that Spurs score against Southampton. It's like a schoolboy error and schoolboy defending being displayed on that day. And yes, besides the wonderful goal by Ward-Prowse, if you watch throughout the game, right, Southampton actually did nothing.
Yep.
They are not even there. They scored that 1 goal and then they went dead for the whole game, for the remaining minutes of the game. So
Worrying signs, Jif, for the Saints?
definitely. I think earlier on we mentioned about Leicester, right?
Yeah.
I would say Southampton will be somewhere
Same.
there with Leicester.
Yes,
They're going to
bro.
have a very worrying season, and we said that Rodgers will be in the running for the sack, right?
Same with Ralph.
I think, yeah, same.
Yeah. You think they'll be there right now as we are speaking? They are sending out their resume.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see
Them joining
some
us
names.
next week.
Them joining us, huh?
Ralph Hassan.
Yeah, I think Lion City Sailors need a coach, right?
Oh yeah, they need a coach. Why not Ralph? Hey, Fair, with Leeds United, good victory for them. Right? They came back, didn't they? They came back against
They
Wolves.
came back.
They came back. Good Midland Derby. All right, bragging right. And then there was a bit of a farcical act. There was a bit of a melee with the managers not wanting to shake hand. And then I don't know what Bruno was doing. He was doing this. He was doing that. If that was SPL, okay, fine, $3,000. Okay,
Kena sack.
and 2,000. But the one who got headbutted got fined more. Make it make sense. Okay. Hey, but then Leeds United, man, I think again they have revamped the squad. I think they have used their money wisely, I would say, judging by the first match. Sinistera, one of the few acquisitions they have made. What do you make of Leeds United right now for this season? Last season wasn't the greatest. Everybody have actually pegged them to be in the top 8 bubble. So they obviously perform way below par, way below their XG. But what about this season?
Again, I think the problem, or rather the trouble for Leeds is, what if Bamford get injured again? Last season they struggled when Bamford were injured.
Yep,
No
yep.
one can fill his boots eventually. So again, now I don't see a backup striker. Yeah, unless Bamford stay fit throughout the whole season, there's a good chance for them to remain probably 10 to 12 placing. Yeah.
But relegation danger? No. Yes. Are we?
With Bamford, I think no. They got a lot of good supply of crosses, good supply of
Dan
balls
James.
towards.
Like
Yeah,
Dan
and got
James.
someone to finish. No, not Dan James.
Not Dan James. Not Dan
Dan
James.
James
Okay.
can run. He only run.
Boy, how you guys would have done so well with Dan James running, okay, that day against Brighton. Not to be. It's okay, fair. It's okay. It's only football. All right. The best match is always the next one, not the previous one. Okay. So in terms of this game, Southampton versus Leeds United, quickly, bro, your prediction.
I go for Leeds. I don't see any goals coming from Southampton apart
Oh,
from free
really?
kicks. Yep. I go for 2-0 to Leeds.
2-0 to Leeds. Wow, what a start to life for March.
Southampton,
Jesse
yeah.
March. Jesse March, that's a good one. Hey, he's piling up all the Americanas. All the Yanks are now coming in, right?
And
So
a
they
lot
got
of Bundesliga players as well.
a lot of Bundesliga as well. True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that is Leeds.
We're talking about Leeds, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jiv, you okay, Jiv?
Are you okay there, love?
All right, moving on. Again, this one, top of the pile. Okay, creme de la creme. Joe loves it when I use this term, creme de la creme. The best match. Nobody's gonna miss this. Even if you have to stay awake for 48 hours just to watch this, I bet you will do it. Wolves versus Fulham. Okay, so we go with D. D, you okay, D? I bet your internet is probably up and running.
See,
After
moment he said Wolves versus Fulham, he froze already.
Wolves and Fulham again. Not the best of starts for Wolves. Fulham though, wow, impressive. 155 action when it comes to pressing. They did that day more than what they did previous season, 136. And then in terms of even Mitrovic, that big guy up there, 14 aerial duels, 12 won, and one of course leading to a goal. D, impressed Fulham.
Yeah, very impressed. Some very good players. I think their midfield is very good. Apart from Mitrovic did very well during the Liverpool game. But the Palhinha, that fella was good. Kamano hit the post. I remember he hit the post once. And I think Robertson was a bit caught off. But second half, wow, very impressive performance. But Wolves game, they would probably lose. Wolves, they were strong. They were a very, very strong team. I think Wolves will probably win it. Maybe.
Okay. I like how D is going with this, He was building up Fulham all the way to the heavens. Only for him to predict for Wolves to win. D, if it's not for your internet, it's always see your football takes, D. Somebody's gonna take this guy to task, man. Who brought this guy in? No lah, joking lah. Okay, so
Somebody having fun with the sound box lah.
China WWE entrance.
Raven.
Oh, Raven. Okay,
That one not Raven,
alright.
that one Gaga lah.
Can we quickly give a prediction for Wolves versus Fulham? D, I would love to ask you, bro, but I cannot wait for another 6 more hours to get your prediction. Tips, can we do this for him on his behalf?
2-1 Wolves.
2-1 Wolves.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the next one, Salihin, you came in just in time, my brother, because the next one that we are going to talk about, I'm not even going to use this. Let's remove this. Manchester United. Wait, are you going to read that up? Maybe you want to read that up?
Okay, this is for the earlier ones for people asking. Okay, so Daniel Kasim asks, just wondering, how confident are United fans that Ten Hag will bring back the glory? Are we covering? Are we covering
Yes,
this? Or are we covering
yes,
the-
yes, because this
Okay.
is now the time for Brentford versus Manchester
So this is
United.
another one from Sadiq. Sadiq, I hope you're still around. Okay, United negotiating from a position of disadvantage, finishing 6th and only qualifying for Europa League. No saving grace in their chase for FDJ, more money, friendship with ETH, all this. We will talk about this definitely.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So right now the win must come now. Should we start with the Manchester United guy or should we start with Zam? Zam, you go first, Zam. Fear is just bracing himself for this, for the big one. Okay. All right. So Zam, you gotta start with Eric. How much pressure must this guy be under, man? after that horrendous display.
I think that's the problem, you know. The thing is that the players are the ones who need to do the job. The manager can plan and dictate how the team plays so much. You know, I think last season people were saying, oh, the Deadwood, the problematic players were there. You know, we have Pogba, we have this, and we have that.
Mhm.
And you know, you guys brought Ericsson in.
Yep.
You guys brought Lisandro. Who's that? Lisandro again? The defender?
Martinez.
Lisandro
Martinez.
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 Lisandro Martinez. And yet the talking point is this: United fans are fighting among themselves. United fans are planning protests of no against the Liverpool game. United fans are fighting amongst themselves on social media about the transfer FDJ, this FDJ, that, all that. Like, come on, man! It's like second game of the season. You guys were talking about FDJ for the longest time, and yet same old, same old. So I think it's really the strength of United fans realizing that, hey, the Roman Empire that they had with Fergie for the longest time, Roman lah. I mean Roman
Chelsea?
Rome, not Roman
Oh,
Abramovich.
Rome.
Lawak. Learn your history, ni.
Whoa.
Learn your history. You guys talk about history. Yeah. So I think that's the thing. Unfortunately, I think United fans are divided in that sense.
Okay.
So I think Brentford is gonna, in a way, do the upset lah.
Okay. Do the upset. Okay, wait. I want to ask the crowd, those who are still watching us, guys. Hang on. All right, it's Thursday night. Tomorrow is Friday lah. Where you going off? Continue. Continue. Relax. Watch us. Relax.
Share
Share.
the video. Share the video.
I just want to ask when it comes to Ten Hag, right? Do you think at this current moment, Ten Hag has a free hit? It's a free hit season for him. He has a free reign for this season.
FPL free hit ah.
Yes, FPL free hit. Do you think that
We are free hit.
this season, do you think he will enjoy a free hit, or he would come to there will be a certain amount of pressure that will be piled on him if result does not go his way? All right.
course.
So again, yes or no, guys? Do you think Ten Hag again free hit this season or no? Okay. Not going to. I'm not going to go to fear. I'm going to go with Jif. Okay. Manchester United.
waiting hurts.
Yes. A lot of talks, man. Transfer, FDJ, in, out,
Yep.
and then you talk about the transfer strategy, the long game with FDJ. Seems like at this current moment, the wind is blowing towards Stamford Bridge. At this current moment, anything can happen, right? We are talking about two gigantic hijack FC going head to head. Hijack FC red, hijack FC blue, going head to head for this. No one knows where the direction the wind is gonna blow. Transfer one thing, all right. And I was watching them, of course. Preseason, I think they are absolutely right. They are within their lane to believe that something is happening. All right, there were really some green shoots that was just sprouting out. Against your team, Liverpool, I think against Crystal Palace, I watched the preseason against Crystal Palace. They were impressive as well. Fluidity, there was so much zip with their passing. What happened, man? It seemed like if you tell me on that day itself, it was still Ole at the bench, I would have believed you, bro. That was Ole all over it once again. Once the first goal came in, hits started to drop.
Yeah, I think this answers your question last week. Does preseason friendly games matters? Well, it doesn't matters actually if you ask me now, because playing in the Premier League is way bigger than playing those friendlies. You are in the league now, and pressure is way higher than you going head to head. I know going against Liverpool in a friendly, playing Brighton is, you will be having higher pressure playing Brighton in the Premier League than playing Liverpool in a friendly. So friendly aside, but overall, Ten Hag, he's new. If you look back into the whole history of Man United for the past few seasons, you had like I think 8 managers in 9 seasons, 9 years.
No
You
lah,
have
lesser
8
lah.
managers.
Lesser lah. Four manager post Fergie, 4.
Okay, around 4, right?
Yeah.
And look at Jurgen Klopp when he took over Liverpool.
Hmm.
First season for him, in regards, even if Liverpool finish number 12, 13, 14, 15, as long as he's not relegated, Liverpool supporters are behind him and going to give him chance, because we know how established is him with the things that he have done with Mainz and Dortmund as well. And Ten Hag need that pressure off him in the first season as well. Do not set too high of an expectation. Don't expect him to be, the next Ferguson come in and he start winning the league, start winning the
Yeah.
Champions League. You have to face the truth. He's not going to do that.
Mhm.
United is not going to win the league this season. United is not going to win. Uh, I would say maybe any trophy this season.
Mhm.
But he is new. He deserves time to build a team around him that he wants.
Mhm.
Because besides his tactical gameplay, he have behind the scene drama as well. Drama with Ronaldo
Mm.
and the ongoing Frankie De Jong transfer saga that has been going for long. That is
Yeah.
his first target, and having player like Frankie De Jong rejecting Man United, if it's
Yep.
true what they said, De Jong rejected Man United,
Yep.
it's actually a big blow to Man United because it shows that player as such as FDJ
Mhm.
doesn't want to play for Man United anymore,
Mhm.
and that would be actually a red alert for Ten Hag because if I
Yeah.
can't convince FDJ to join us, how am I going to go for bigger star in the
Yep.
future? Because player like FDJ doesn't want to join me. So
Yeah.
to United fan, I think it has to be a season where, like you said, a free hit. In
Yep.
regards where United end, it should be a season where they back Ten Hag because
Mhm.
uh, him moving in from the Dutch league to the Premier League is never going to be easy.
Yep.
But he's young and he's proven that he can do wonders with young players.
Mhm.
And you have a lot of young players in the academy as well. And probably this will be, a season where he can actually, tweak here and there and get the young stars in.
Okay. Wow, Liverpool fan doing this very concise with his points. Fear. I think sometimes we get overly lost, right, when it comes to the comparison between Klopp, even when Arsenal once upon a time, Arteta and Klopp. Oh, look at what Klopp did with Liverpool, and then also the same thing is now happening with Ten Hag and Manchester United. Oh, look what Klopp did. All right, you got to give a bit of time. You got to plant in the patience, and then the good will come in. But I think a lot of people missed out on this particular component, which is really pivotal. Behind Klopp, the environment is conducive for him to thrive. He has all the good heads. He has all the right footballing people making footballing decisions, and he has all the best in class when it comes to business decisions. And that's what something Manchester United don't have right now. And the same thing can be said about Arsenal as well. And that's why I believe, as much as I want to beat the drum that Arsenal are on a brand new trajectory, I still believe the same old problem will prevail because it's still the same old people. Same in Manchester United, Fear. It's not so much on ETH, right? Because I believe right now, if you ask we all unanimously, we think that ETH can actually crack this curious case of Manchester United. But he can never do so with Richard Arnold, with John Murtough, with Glazers behind his back. And that's not going to change, Fear. So how is ETH going to go against the grain and be that messiah that everybody wants him to be?
This is in fact the biggest challenge. You put Pep Guardiola in United also, and the
Yeah.
things on top, it won't change. Is it? As a neutral, or rather amateur footballers like us, we know what's the problem in Man U. How many seasons we are starting with McFred in the middle? We are having Harry Maguire as our captain. We know there's a lot of problem. What's more the coaches? What is it that they see in the training that we don't see?
Yep.
Even if you perform well in training, you committed yourself in training, but you cannot handle big match pressure, you flung during the match. If I'm the coach, I would drop the player. As much as
And that
too many
blame
things.
and that blame should be on Ten Hag's door. So don't get this twisted, right? He shouldn't be absolved for the crimes that he committed on that first game. Playing McFred, they don't pick themselves, right? The
Correct.
coach has to pick them. And then
Yes.
you mentioned as well, with players like Rashford, they don't pick themselves. It's the coach as well. You talk about
Correct.
Harry Maguire. He didn't want to upset the apple cart, so he didn't want to strip off the captaincy of Maguire. We can see right now what's happening with Tyrone Mings. It goes to his captaincy. Okay.
No, but you see, I just
They're
want to chime
having the
in here
best
very
impact, right?
I just want to chime in here very quickly. Nothing but Tyrone Mings, right? But with ETH giving the captaincy or leaving it with Maguire, I think it is fair for now because when Gerrard took over in November, he didn't rock the boat immediately by stripping Mings off the captaincy.
Okay,
Regardless,
fair.
leave aside whatever they're having right
Yep,
now,
yep,
right? He
yep.
didn't do that immediately. So I think ETH is coming from the point where he doesn't want to do that right now because he just took over. So he wants to assess all his players. So he just gave Maguire the captaincy. a lot of fans will disagree and probably slate Maguire,
Yeah.
ETH for that.
Uh-huh.
But I think this is his point of view. Is let's go in, let's assess the squad. You know, what he was hired in what, May, June. You know,
Yeah.
3 months isn't suffice enough for him to assess the squad that he has. Let alone see how the dressing room vibe is. I think it's more than just a football game for him.
Okay.
I think before Fer continues, what my concern is, which we even brought up yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Is United woes. Are you gonna blame it on the manager or the board?
The
Why
board,
are
yeah.
the people blaming? A lot of fans on Twitter are actually blaming the board. Fair enough, but some of them are actually blaming the manager and the players. So I just want to know what's your take on this.
Okay, for me, apparently, if I'm the coach, if I compare their preseason and the actual match, if they can execute whatever the manager wants to play in preseason,
Yep.
I still don't understand why it wasn't translated in the Brighton's game. You really know the gameplay. You know, even if the Brighton game, the first goal comes in, okay, they revert back to the default setting, which to me shows a lot about the players' mindset and attitude. Whenever we play soccer, for myself, when we play soccer, whenever we are down, we always remind each other, stick to the game plan. Okay, the goal will come if we stick to the game plan. The moment one or two players doesn't stick to the game plan,
Habis.
the whole house crumble, man.
Rubber, bro. Yep.
Yeah, so it is ultimately is like what Zam said earlier. As much as the coach wants to play a certain way, it's the players who gonna execute it. Yeah, so it's a layer. Everyone has to take a part of the blame, lah. But
Phil is about to break down anytime soon, man.
I can feel the frustration,
Yes,
man.
Phil, take it easy, Phil. We are your friends, Phil. We are not here to interrogate you, bro.
Phil is letting it out of the system.
No, but
can we
you
tag
have to
menu
let
in
him
our
have.
post?
Yeah, let it out. Let it out.
Okay,
We
let
can
it
do
out.
for another session 1 hour after the show, lah.
Yeah,
Session.
Jif, why not you read some of the comments right now, Jif? Because we got a lot flying through right now. I told you, right? When it comes to Manchester United, you will receive a sugar rush. All right, there's a high spike right now. Come on, Jif.
All right, we have Ten Hag has no experience in Premier League. His experience is mostly in Dutch and
Wait,
German leagues.
is that very important, guys? The experience, the transition from the Dutch league to the Premier League. Is that
Well,
gonna be a big crucial factor in him making it?
No,
For
you
me,
look
it's
at it,
easy.
Klopp. You look at Pep.
D, maybe wanna ask D. You are doing this GIF sticker.
No, I don't think I said like what Jeff said. I think like Klopp, Tuchel, even Pep Guardiola, they came from different leagues. So does it matter? I mean, the footballing ideology is the same, and
Okay.
as long as the ideology is there, I think you can implement that throughout any league. But of course, the Premier League is tougher. Premier League is very physical. It's not like how the Dutch league and the Bundesliga, like they're more passing game. Premier League, you have to change it up, which is what the hard lesson when he first came in. He didn't win the league. He was
Fourth.
I think third or fourth that season, right? Like not wrong, third or fourth that season. So he learned it the hard way. Yeah, he learned it the very hard way. And then a lot of managers do learn it the hard way, but that's the thing. When you have that ideology view, it brings forward to the next way your players as well. Like now, what Ten Hag is doing is bringing in players that he wants. It's easier from then on, lah. That's what I feel.
Oh, that's a really good one, man. He's bringing Pep Guardiola. People tend to forget because at this current moment, we are all hanging his flowers, right? For Pep this, Pep that, masterclass, genius. But we tend to forget that during his first season, he got schooled badly, boy. Right? The media was out in full, trying to going for his throat, going for his neck, and he finished fourth that season. Lucky him. So maybe the same thing, like
But
And also, you see, and you look at Klopp. Klopp first season he didn't win the title. Also, what?
finish eighth,
Klopp second
half season.
when what it
Eight.
took him 3 seasons to win. I mean, nothing against Liverpool, okay, but what took him 2-3 seasons to win the title. He had to implement his system to win the title, right? Tuchel has been around for 1.5 seasons now. He hasn't won the title yet as well.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. So why is it that when it comes to United and then when it comes to Eric Ten Hag, why is it that why are people questioning? Oh, Klopp did it, Tuchel did it, or even Pep did it. I mean, neither of them won the title in the first year.
True.
But the difference between these three clubs and United is United are still lagging far behind to even compete for the title in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And it has to start somewhere. So like what you said earlier, can ETH solve this mystery? That is where it should start from, and not, ETH should win the title because Klopp did it, Tuchel did it, Guardiola did it. Fuck off. None of them did it in the first season.
Oh.
Tips, if
Actually,
I can add on.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Phil.
I add on to what Tips say. While Man City or Liverpool don't win title immediately, you see significant difference in the gameplay. So there was hope. If Man United play in the first game like how they play pre-season,
Yep.
even if we don't win the title this season, there is hope that things are changing. But the fact that we are literally changing managers, but we are still playing the same way.
Okay,
That
Phil, I
is the
can.
frustration.
It's the
Can
OLED
I, can
text
I,
though. It's
can I,
heavy
can,
OLED
no,
text.
can I just chime in on something?
Zam, come on, Zam. I know you want to hantam them. Come on.
No. No, I think we all forget that somehow or rather, the man who started that legacy of United winning titles is still around. Is still in the club.
I know where this is going. This is you
So-
against
so-
Alex Ferguson. I know this story.
No. If you look at it, like the thing is, he's on the board of directors.
Yeah.
A former manager. You see like Arsenal when Wenger retired, he was initially in the board of directors, right? He was supposedly but then he left because why? I
He
think
was
he didn't
sulking.
want.
He was sulking. He got sacked.
Yeah, okay. In a way, he was. But Ferguson, he has been there all his life in that sense as a manager. How can someone,
So
a
the-
new manager comes in?
So his shadow is still lingering, and
Of
it's
course, the shadow will still be there. The shadow is huge. Like how do you step out? He took, he took Moyes.
Yep.
That didn't work out.
Hmm.
Then who came on board? Ole came on board.
LVJ.
Yeah,
Van Gaal,
LVG
Van
came on.
Gaal.
Then after that we had Ole, we had Grind Geeks, we had
Mourinho.
Mourinho. How can Mourinho he's not a bad manager, It's just that Mourinho's style of football doesn't fit United.
Yeah.
And all this while, who was there? Who was that shadow? Who was that that big entity shadow who was still around?
Wow.
The man who brought that legacy, the man
Hot
who
take,
brought that empire. Yeah, I mean, unpopular opinion. You may say that
This is a hot take.
as
Hot take.
It's a City fan. No, you can say anything
So,
you want. But
guys, clip this up. All right. Hi Zami from Napshot Studio is saying that Sir Alex Ferguson, the most decorated manager in the entire history of the Premier League, the most successful manager for Manchester United, his presence right now is the biggest hindrance towards any potential success. Especially now we are talking about ETH. All right, clip that up. This is Zam.
I see
Hi,
where
Zam.
An is going with this, huh?
Hi, Zam.
we see An is going with this.
Okay, Fear. Back to you,
Yes.
Fear. Okay. All of them have said their piece. Again, I think one striking pattern is it's the same old board, right? They have failed all the managers. It's a systemic failure. How different can this be? How different can this be with the same old people running the scene from the background?
A clean swipe of the whole board, man.
Ui. gonna do
Someone
that?
just
Are you gonna do it?
buy. No,
Hitman?
I don't see light at the end of the tunnel for now.
You need Thanos to do that.
There's no any form of light at the end of this tunnel at the moment.
Oh, tough,
So we don't know where
So
it's
let me-
coming from.
Fear, okay, Fear, you okay not Fear?
We
No light at the
are
end of the tunnel.
no light, man.
Is
They
this
give
boys
the man
to
some
men?
tissue, please.
Is this boys to men end of the road Fear for you? Although we've come to the end of the
Challenging,
road.
bro.
Okay, but
It's
okay.
no. Yeah, okay.
At this current moment, right? You want to see progression in terms of the style of play more than just the result. I know it's oxymoronic. You always want result first, right? They say that no matter how much you play, how beautiful the football is, what matters most is points on the board. But for you, you want to see that difference first on the pitch, the style of play. Get that
Correct.
right, and everything else will fall in place.
Correct.
Okay,
It's style of play plus the players' attitude lah.
the
I
attitude.
mean, I don't know what happened to their players' attitude. Like you see lah. I mean, if you literally see all the pressing in the preseason again, if I hope I never watch the preseason lah, then it was still back to the norm. The problem is I watched the preseason. That's why it's getting more frustrating.
I have a question here for Fer. So Fer, you see, United start. This is a question I want to throw to you, right? United started with a centre back pairing of Maguire and Lisandro Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Why not Varane? Why did he not
Good
start?
question.
Do you think he could have made a difference? Do you think maybe at the back with him and Martinez, maybe a bit more tighter, there would have been a difference.
Hopefully, I was looking forward to the Varane and Lisandro pairing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can chip in for the next match, I really hope Maguire doesn't start with Lisandro.
So for
Okay,
this
because
one,
if I were,
Varane has to start. Yeah.
to me, it's Varane.
Okay.
Why? Because if I'm the Brentford manager, I would just ask Ivan Toney to stick to Lisandro, win the high balls.
Yeah.
Get Mboma to stick with Harry Maguire. If Harry Maguire
Oh,
start, one will lose on the aerial ball, one will lose on speed. That's it, man. Crumble, man, Menu.
long afternoon, boy, for the defenders. Hey, you got really good comments, man. Salihin, he's going berserk. This boy, Varane and Maguire, two fridges, yeah, not one but two. One from France, one from England. Choose. Okay, and then I agree with Zam. Wow, Salin agrees with High Zam. The point he made about Sir Alex Ferguson still lingering around, his presence is still being keenly felt, and that could be one of the reasons, the contributing factors why United can never spring up. Okay, Arun mentioned ETH ball. Come on, you Arun. And then,
Island boy.
yeah, Salin. Even to be honest, the clubs was actually patient with them. So why Man United fans starting
But
right now to hang
you
the
see,
dirty linens
I
after
wanted to
one
address
game?
that, right? You see, so he was referring to my comment when I said the club's so patient. Klopp and Tuchel didn't win the title in the first season.
Yeah.
Yes, the club, correct. The club was patient with them. So you answered your own question. The club was patient, and then why Man U fans start to hang dirty linen? I mean, let's be honest, right? Not 100% of the Liverpool fans or the City fans or the Chelsea fans
Yep.
were happy that they didn't win the title in the first season. I'm sure there's some of them who hung dirty linen in public as well.
Yeah.
So why is it when it comes to United, there's an agenda that just because some fans voice their opinion that they are hanging dirty linen in public? You get where I'm coming from? I mean,
I get it. Yeah.
I'm not a United fan. I mean,
You're
my
a
club
Villa
isn't
fan.
that great either,
Yeah.
lah. But
We sell the
why-
best
why-
headline, bro.
Why this agenda against United?
Yeah, you're right. Phil,
Why
you're right.
this agenda against United? I mean, you guys can hate United if you're a Liverpool fan, Man City fan, Chelsea, but why this agenda against United? Where you can I mean, come on, this is very, very contradicting. To be honest, the club's was patient with them, but then why the fans start to hang the dirty linen? It doesn't make sense to me, lah. Sorry,
And I think it's for that matter, right? It's subjective. It's really subjective. I think many United fans whom I know personally, they are still okay. They are not
Even
throwing
Joel yesterday said that the same
Yeah.
thing that Jeev said earlier. Give that, this season will be the season
Salma.
of this season there will be the season of consistency, and then we'll see how it goes.
But Joe said the same thing for Oli as well, and to Ralph Ragnick. So can
So
we?
he's an epitome of friend who doesn't just air dirty linen in public. Yeah.
Yeah. So can we trust him? Food for thought. All right. Arun mentioned it's like Zam said, the shadow of Fergie still haunts all the managers, and they are judged from his success. Wow, tough.
But to tap
Phil,
on this
yeah.
comment, talking about Zam's issue on Fergie, I still curious. How does Fergie's
Yeah.
shadow still affect the team?
Yeah.
Okay, you look at this way. Okay, let's put it this way. If you look at United's history, the most successful manager for United has been Ferguson.
Of course.
That guy is there. It's literally like, okay, like let's say for instance, like we'll take football aside. The most famous, most popular person who has run an empire leaves the organization, but is there, and then a new young blood comes in. How is he gonna enforce his ideology? How is he gonna enforce his how I want to run the ship? Because there's this lingering shadow at the back. I think comes back to the point that if you are okay, let's put it this way. Players whose father was legends. Do you think that Jordi Cruyff could succeed what Johan Cruyff, his father, did? That shadow will always be there because people will keep comparing Fergie did this, Fergie did that, Fergie did this, Fergie did that. And as a manager, how do you do your own thing? And the worst part is that the board will say, hey, but Fergie did it with what we gave you. Fergie managed to win titles with what we gave him. So why can't you do the same? That argument will always be around as long as Ferguson has so-called invested interest in the club. I mean, let's just be realistic lah. You know, you can put. You know, we had Mourinho. Mourinho is not a lousy manager. Mourinho won title with Chelsea. Only thing different is that Mourinho's style of football is a total antithesis of what the United way is.
Yep.
So how do you you know live past that? You know, even if you look at it, remember what Mourinho said? Mourinho said that he brought United to second, and he
Best.
know what's
Best
best,
of
the
the
best of the best.
team can achieve.
And
Best
he
achievement,
said,
yeah.
and he says that he knows what happens, what is happening in the background when he was manager. You know,
Okay.
so I think okay, pick up with Arun message. What Arun say? United fans have always been used
So
during the
used to
Fergie
winning.
era. Yeah, so the fact that now is that post Fergie,
Mm-hmm.
it's a decline. It's really hard to accept. I think Jif, as a Liverpool fan,
Yep.
pre-Klopp, how was it supporting Liverpool?
Yeah,
Even if you ask me also, it's the same thing. You know, so I think United fans have to temper their expectation. I think the key word here is temper the expectation. Number two, accept the fact that as long Fergie is there in the club, I think it's going to be very difficult for whoever manager, whoever manage United.
I don't know, man. Zam, I love you as a brother, man, but I feel that's a big stretching it, because I don't think it plays. I think it's relative whether he plays a part in terms of the decision making. But Phil, one thing we cannot factually object to is he is still involved in some of the decision makings, right? To what degree and
Understand.
to what degree and extent at this current moment, right? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. We don't know, but one thing for sure, last season, right? When even now, all right, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. When the news came out that he wanted to leave, or he wants to leave still, present tense, right? He still wants to leave. Driving into Carrington with his agent Mendes, Fergie had to come in to intervene. Still, so if that's not evident enough, then I don't know what will be enough. I think that's the biggest smoking gun. That maybe Zam is probably right. Fergie still has a part to play in the club, and maybe he is just lingering around like a bad breath.
or
Understand.
maybe he could be lingering around, like like people like, oh, it's Fergie, we got to perform, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we don't know, right? We don't know
But,
what.
what can they do, Jeff? What can they do? Fergie will
Sorry.
already be there.
if you look at one example out of football,
Uh-huh.
one good example, if you're a wrestling fan, right, you'll be aware that Vince McMahon stepped down as the chairman
He did.
Yes.
of WWE recently.
Finally.
All right,
Hey,
he
what's
stepped
funny?
down. Okay, I'm going to miss him. The guy's been brilliant, but
Yeah.
you see, just one. I mean, 2 weeks down the road after he leave, he have no say in the company anymore. He totally left the company.
Oh.
Look at what magic the Stephanie and Triple H
Exactly.
done
Karrion
in
Cross
the
comes
next-
back and becomes one of the top heel.
Yeah.
Gonna fight with Drew and Roman for the title.
Right.
No.
And imagine if, let's say, Vince McMahon stepped down as a chairman, but he is still one of the board member in WWE. I'm very sure Triple H and Stephanie will not have the same freedom as what they're having right now.
Wow.
Fair enough.
It's basically the same like
Wow,
how
Jeff.
United are at the
Dude.
moment, like how Aizam said it. Yeah.
I mean, now that he said it in this
Wow.
context, right, with United,
Yeah.
with Vince and WWE, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay, disclaimer. This is not a wrestling channel for people who just join
Yeah,
us. We're just
It's
using that
an
analogy.
example, yeah, analogy, yes, right.
No,
But sometimes we wrestle.
Maguire.
Harry
I know
Maguire, yeah.
No, but that's a salient
Freelance
point, man. Jeff, that's a salient point, really. At the end of the day, no matter how much we want to look at football is a business entity.
Yep.
It's a business entity, right? Not to us, but to them. And when Jeff brought out that really prime example of WWE, all right, changing guards, and now they are reaping the rewards of it, Fear, I think right now, maybe from a non-believer, you're starting to believe Fergie might be the problem, Fear.
Actually, I still share a different perspective, man.
Okay, go on, bro. Go on.
Okay, because okay, to me, if I'm Eric Ten Hag, half of me is ready, yeah.
Only you,
No.
only you can say that, huh? Only you can say that, huh? Not me, huh? I never said that. Don't cancel us, huh?
Don't get that.
With Fergie stay around, as long as he's not there at training ground, I enforce how the team gonna play. Okay, and as long as he's at the stands, I can tell the team that look, that old guy built this club up. Don't demolish it.
Inspiration.
that's the point. He's an inspiration to the
Yeah.
team rather than the downfall. Unless you
Oh.
tell me he dictate how the training gonna play, who will play at which position, who's gonna play long ball or short passes, then fair to say his
Yeah.
presence is a nuisance.
Okay.
And
fair.
that's my perspective. But I think both perspective has its own good points. Yep.
Wow.
I
Who
agree.
knew, man? Who knew that this discussion is going to expand in the way it did? Dear,
Damn, Fergie wasn't in the agenda, man.
do you have the last say for tonight, D? Because we went from Eric Ten Hag to Brentford to you dropping out about 15 times. I realized, Adi, I was watching you all the time. While we were so deeply engrossed discussing United, you had a really good time with the internet. D, so right now, I want you to close the case, bro. Zam brought on a good point. All right, something that is slightly left field to me, at least. All right, Fergie, that big haunting shadow at this current moment, that old ghost is still bringing them down. Fer comes in, all right, with another brilliant point. If it's not affecting what's happening on that green pitch, why does it even matter that he's still there? Where do you go with this day?
Well, I feel ever since they lost Ferguson, obviously they lost a very big character in the dressing room, in the whole club. That's true. But the managers that they brought in, they were very good managers. Like what you all mentioned, Mourinho. I think Van Gaal was okay. I think Van Gaal had an idea, but it didn't work out. They brought Moyes. He had a decent few seasons. I mean, again, the board backed them up enough to get the players that they wanted. It's also the choice of players that they brought in at the same time. Some of the players that they brought in at that point, okay, like for example, Fellaini had a good spell, and then you had Alexis Sanchez who came in. He came in with a very good spell from Arsenal. Then he came in to
With the piano as well? Don't
yeah,
forget that.
with the piano as well, with that kind of entrance.
Always
But-
remind them.
And you must remember they had Memphis Depay at one point. They had some very good players in their squad. They had some very, very good players. But were they at that point good enough for United? Were they going to bring them to the next level? We're not too sure. But I think it's a mix. I think Ferguson's shadow is still there. I think there's a lot of expectation to reach where he was, but it's not going to be like that. You can't just expect Ten Hag to come in and obviously win titles within the first few years. It's going to take. The board needs to back him up first. They need to get him the players that he wants. That's how you build a good team. That's how Klopp was backed up. That's how Pep Guardiola was backed up because he wanted the players that he got. And when he got those players, that's how he started to win leagues. Even Tuchel had a certain sort of backing to get the players that he wanted, and of course the players that he had in the squad could fit his style. So what Ten Hag is trying to do is trying to make. I like what Jeeves said just now. Is there a change in how they play? There was from pre-season. Obviously, it didn't matter as much, but there was some sort of change. You could see them trying something. Trying those short passes and stuff. If it was the old United, right, which is what happened at Brighton after a while, they would have pumped long balls every other time. Every other 10 minutes they'll be pumping long balls. But also it's also the choice of the players on the pitch. They're not bad players. You see McTominay, Fred. I mean, okay, they're okay, but they're not bad players. They're quite decent players. They can be at Premier League level. They've been playing there for a while. So, okay. But
Tips, control yourself, tips.
Aneh, please control yourself.
Aneh, control yourself. Aneh.
No, but and then you see you got players like Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia, players that are decent. They are Premier League level. They're not bad players. But I think Ten Hag will take some time. He is a very ruthless manager, by the way. At Ajax, he was very ruthless. He didn't care. He didn't care what the players thought. As long as they followed his system, that's
His
how
way
it
or
goes.
the highway.
Yeah, his way or the highway. You need a manager like that. But obviously, I think maybe they might challenge for the Europa League title. I think they might. They have a decent enough squad to do it. They've done it before with a worse squad, by the way. They've done it with a worse squad, guys. Remember
who's in Europa already?
who is
Be
in
careful.
Europa?
Be careful, yeah. Be careful.
Just
You're
give me the word and I'll press
You're
it.
trading. You're trading on Tina. Hey, okay. That's one tip. Before you press. Okay, for real. I was listening to this podcast, all right, and Graham Souness was speaking. So they asked Graham Souness about his lack of presence at Anfield when Klopp came in. Okay, and he said that they realized him and Kenny Dalglish and some of the old boys. They realized that having them around, all right, just attending matches at Anfield can be some sort of a pressure, can be seen as a pressure point for the guy down there, the current manager. And that's why they mentioned, I think I was listening to Sky, if I'm not wrong, Graham Souness was saying that that's why for the first 1 year odd plus, you could not see the old boys at Anfield. They didn't want to put that unnecessary pressure on Jurgen Klopp. And only when the good times started to roll, then they started coming back, attending matches. Especially Kenny Dalglish, right, Jif? I think only in
Yep.
recent times he actually started to come back. And maybe for all you know, Fear, you have to now sleep with that idea. Wake up before you go to sleep. Erase all the good memories you had with Ferguson and now see him in a different light. Because the current modern Ferguson is more of a detractor than the guy that is supposed to propel you to that once, that old greatness. Okay, okay, Phil, can you do that?
We try. Probably we remove the seat that he's sitting on.
His favorite
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, we remove his seat only. You will see the empty seat with the person empty as well.
Okay lah, Phil,
Book,
you
book,
lah.
book him a flight to US so that he can have a time with Vince McMahon lah.
Okay. That's another brilliant idea. Hey, that deserves a bit of a background music, Tips. All right. What we missed out, of course, is the prediction. Okay, we went round and round and round and round. What's the prediction for Manchester United versus Brentford? Of course, this is being played at the Community Stadium, which is at Brentford. Phil.
I'll go for Menu. Bias, but Menu 2-0.
Okay, bro. Shameless FC. Back
You
again.
do you, bro.
All right, so that's 2-0 for Brentford against Manchester United. Hey, scorers, come on, FPL tips. Come on, don't keep it to yourself here.
Whoa. Anyway, sorry, I cut a bit. Prediction, can I throw another prediction?
Yes.
Will Harry Maguire start?
Okay, start. Harry Maguire start.
Harry Maguire start? Okay.
I want to
I'm
triple
very
captain
curious.
him in my FPL.
You
Oh
should.
my god, Jif. Don't.
He will give you he will give you -6.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, he was negative -6. Come on, man. Don't claim your style on him. He's okay. He loves the negative. Come on, Phil.
So the FPL tips.
Uh-huh.
Wow, actually, to be honest, Martial was in my striker.
Yeah,
I removed him
I removed him because of the injury.
because of injured. Yeah, after that, I have no menu players.
No more
So I can't give any tips for FPL, man.
I'll give you some tips for FPL, guys. Stay out of United players for now. No. I'm saying this because you need to give them
a
time.
bit of time now. Okay,
So
all right.
leave them out.
Time. It is time. This analogy sounds like the Singapore cabinet. Dude, it's true. Every time Man U playing badly, the camera will start pointing at Fergie. Yeah, that's it, right? Arun, and I think Arun can actually chime in as well. And I don't know, man, if you want to back up the point I made about Graham Souness and Kenny Dalglish not making their presence felt at Anfield. The players don't buck up. They will fail the manager in the end. The manager can reel in. The players say, what's the use of the players then? Take the opposite of my player selection, except Haaland. Guys, problem. I got one problem. Problem coming already. Jabbar. Problem coming already. Spurs have got the best front three in the country. See? Of course. Non-biased there. Jamie O'Hara. Guess who he played for?
Oh.
Hull City.
Hull City, you're right. D, maybe you want to start the ball already because right now we are previewing the biggest one, which is huge London showdown. It's not that massive lah, because Arsenal are not going to partake in this. So it's second biggest. All right, with Arsenal.
Guys. Before that, I will take my leave. I've got to go. So
So that's it. And end of the night for you. Okay, Tips. Clearly, he is having fun. He won't do that on his own show when he's hosting. Okay, so the next one we are doing this. All right, huge London showdown, Chelsea versus Tottenham, and I want to start off with this hot take. Is this a hot take by Jamie O'Hara?
Yeah, I think he's at this point of time. Yeah, I think apart from the Man City trio, I think that front three is a very scary front three. You got Son, Kane, and Kulusevski.
Better than Liverpool's.
At the moment, after that Fulham game, yeah, I think. They didn't play badly lah. They played well. They played very well. But looking at it, that front three looks very attractive right now. If you compare, Liverpool's front three will probably still be the best. But maybe we give them like half the season lah.
You okay, Day? You're going back and forth. Day, you okay? Stay clean, bro. You gotta be steady.
Are you scared of Jif?
Don't be scared of GP. He's in Malaysia. He's in Malaysia for your
I'm in
information.
Malaysia.
Say your
I
truth,
cannot come
man.
to Singapore. Don't worry.
He was trembling. It's actually Liverpool. Okay.
He wanted to say something
Yeah.
bad, then he
And then he
retracted.
reversed. How come he kenakan busing?
No, Liverpool
Power of
Liverpool
the
have
sticker.
Liverpool have too many front threes. They have too many good players.
Okay.
They have like front six. You know, they don't even have a front three. They have a front six. Spurs, one of those three gets injured, they're gone. They're done. If
Okay.
Kulusevski gets injured, who they're going to put him in? Lucas Moura is not good enough. And if Son gets injured, you know who is going to replace him? That's Heung-min Son, right? And then Kane, they got no other better striker than Kane. Let's be honest. Yeah,
Okay, and
they-
this is a question we want to throw to the crowd as well, all right? For those who are still watching us, do you agree with Jamie Hora? Spurs have got the best front three in the country. Zam, what's going to happen to Haaland? Haaland, is he playing table tennis? Is Mahrez now playing
Wait.
gate
Before
ball?
we go to Haaland, let me ask you. How about your Saka, Martinelli, and also
Jesus.
They are the three of them right now. They have joined Olympics for synchronized swimming. That's why they are not part of this conversation, because if Spurs have the best front three, then I'm pretty sure my boys, they are right now in synchronized swimming. Not biased at all. Okay, Zam, come on, Zam. Haaland, Mahrez, Jack Grealish, Phil
No, lah,
Foden.
no, not good. Spurs one is still good.
Still the best. Huh?
Spurs one the
Okay.
best. Spurs one.
Fair. I'm gonna peel this off layer by layer. All right, let's go with the left. Son. I don't think there's a better left winger than Heung-min Son at this current moment. In the Premier
Yeah.
League. In the Premier League,
No.
left. All right, if you are selecting your best 11 right now, first name for the pick, if it's left wing, undisputed, it's got to be Heung-min Son.
You mean so? Correct.
Right? Agree? Everybody agree on that?
Agree.
Yep.
Cool. We good.
Yep.
Number 9. All right, Harry Kane. You compare Harry Kane to everybody else. He has got the experience. He's got the record to boast. He's got that steady head. He always delivers. You know what you're getting from him is always an 7 or 8 out of 10 for Harry Kane. If he's not scoring, he's on the assist sheet. I think, I'm an Arsenal fan, Kane is the best number 9 right now in the Premier League.
Yes, I agree.
But does he have a title though?
But Zam, what do you think? What do you make, man, Zam? Harry Kane. At this current moment, you gotta give to Harry Kane. There's a bit of that unknown with Haaland. Yes, he's good. Yes, he performed brilliantly last week. But can he do it
I'm
over the
sorry,
span of
you know,
38?
I'm sorry lah. The thing is that I'm not an England fan.
Okay.
The English media would definitely hype up the English players.
Uh-huh.
So if you're talking about Kane being world class, yes. But talking being the best front three, Spurs having the best front three, I think I beg to differ. Even if you look at it, right, like I think you can talk about Liverpool also. You know, I think last season you talk about Mane, Salah. You know, even if I think Liverpool doesn't have the number 9 until Darwin comes into picture. I think
Darwin,
Firmino
yeah.
was
Oh, yeah,
playing
yeah.
false 9.
False
You know,
nine,
but yeah, false 9. But if you're talking about the best front three in the country, I think
Right now.
right now I wouldn't say so.
You just say so?
I think it's still is back to differ. Like, I think look at it this way. Let's see how Spurs perform in the first 10 games.
Okay, fair.
Then they will talk about this again.
Okay,
You know?
all right. Arun mentioned standard lah. Spurs will be on fire for the first 3 months. Front three will be world class. Kane will be revered by English media, then gets injured. Arun, you forget to call him by that favorite name of yours, Harry. All right, left Son, right Salah, up front Haaland. Wow,
I like that.
dream team. All right, dream team. Straight away from Alexander Lee. Enough for Spurs right now. Of course, they are playing somebody, and that somebody is Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
You're not supposed to type it out, Arun. You're supposed to keep it to yourself. That wasn't a prompt for you to go crazy. Anyway, D. Chelsea, what's happening, man? They look really busy. They're buzzing around. Your guy is flying to Barcelona. He wants to organize dinner with the rest of all the owners in Premier League. And then he's hijacking this guy. He's hijacking that guy. Everybody's rejecting him. It's a long, exhaustive list. Nobody wants to come to Chelsea. Now, all of a sudden, Frankie de Jong looks like it might be happening. Wesley Fofana might be happening. Right now, maybe I can just clip this up. So I saw this. Chelsea are working on deals to sign 3 players: Wesley Fofana, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Cesar Casade. Everything is happening right now.
The only deal that is likely is the Cesar Casade deal. The other two, it doesn't look so likely at the moment. Wesley
Really?
Fofana. Yeah, it
What?
doesn't look like it's. There's
What about
no
FDJ?
traction.
What about
I think
FDJ?
no, I don't think that's going to happen. To be very honest, I don't think that's going to, because he doesn't want to leave, and on top of that, Barcelona don't want to let him go as well,
Okay.
unless someone can match the transfer budget, the transfer fee that they are asking. But at the moment, it's been a back and forth between United and Chelsea and a few other clubs. But I don't think he'll go to Chelsea. If it happens, it's great. I think it's amazing. We need a central midfielder for sure.
Yep.
But I don't know why we're trying to sign. We tried to sign Koundé, didn't work. Tried to sign Rafinha. That Rafinha deal really killed me because we needed a player like him. That really killed me.
I understand.
Lewandowski was an option. They took him. I don't know why they keep stealing our players. I mean, the only thing he's been doing is going to Barcelona and coming back. That's what he's doing. Go for dinner and come back. That's the maximum he's doing. Apart from that, he's just letting our players just go there. I won't be even surprised if Wesley Fofana goes to Barcelona. I won't even be surprised if
That's like last week when we were doing the prediction, right? It was Chelsea against Everton. So I told them, even if it's gonna be Chelsea's victory, the scoreboard will change to Barcelona's name.
Barcelona.
It will be Everton nil, Barcelona 2, because they will hijack the result.
Even the Cucurella deal, I thought I was waiting for Fabrizio to put please confirm it. I was waiting for Barcelona to come say, we want this player, we're going to sign him. And I was like, you need a left back. Why do you need another left back? Like, you have so many left backs in your team. It was horrible, man. But yeah.
What do you make right now of the expenditure? You guys are really going crazy. You are not thinking about the financial repercussion when it comes to all the players that you guys have purchased. Namely, Cucurella right now. What? You guys must have paid 62 in total, potentially, for him.
55 million to 62, yeah. Yeah,
and then big crazy figures that is being thrown around. You're talking about 80 for FDJ and then another 80 for Wesley Fofana and all this money. Is there a strategy this season, D?
I actually don't know what my owner is doing. I think he's a bit excited. He's come into the Premier League. It's like, I'm just gonna throw whatever money I can. But one thing is concerning me is the backroom stuff that he's been clearing. Marina is gone.
Marina is gone.
Petr Cech is gone. Marina Granovskopf has been with us since 2009, 2010 season. It's a very long time, and then he let her go, which is what is concerning. She's a very powerful person in the club.
She sold Morata for 50 million. That should be the ultimate trophy.
Yeah, and she got Kai Havertz on a discount. Like, that was something that I didn't even expect. A lot of players that she brought in were good players as well. So I'm a bit concerned about that, but I think he's a bit excited. He just wants to bring in players and back to curl up. But he's not solving the main problem, which we don't have a striker. We let our Buffalo go back to Inter Milan. I don't know whether he's gonna come back or not.
Even Timo left. Timo.
Yeah,
speak to me about Timo.
Timo, 20 million. I don't even know why we sold him. I mean, Chelsea have a habit of selling good players. Let's be honest. We sold many good players over the past few years.
Not to Arsenal only. That's the disclaimer.
We've been stealing players from you for a very long time. So yeah, we've been stealing your left back. Yeah, it started with your left back.
Yes, you did.
It just rolled from there.
Bloody Cashley Cole. All right, go on. Funny for you, dear.
We made good business.
You did. All right, I'm gonna can't disagree. Hey, D, you stay on, right? Stay on with Chelsea. Jif, at this current moment, when we did our prediction, and it's not only us. I was listening a lot of all the opinions out there being thrown around, especially on Twitter and also in all various podcasts. Many people are not rating Chelsea this season to finish top 4. Are we being overly blunt? Are we, again, not being fair to them? Transition again, the buzzword, transition, Jif?
I think there's a lot of changes in the Chelsea.
New trademark, Jif, before you start to speak.
Why?
I was caught by surprise. Sorry, brother. I was caught by surprise.
No, I think there's a lot of changes happening with Chelsea. Not only in the squad, but also their back, like how D said, their backroom staff, and also their owner. Roman is out, new owner is in, and when there's a lot of changes in the club, you're gonna take time to adapt to it. For things to gel together, especially when you talk about new players in the squad. Going with the likes of if you sign Fofana, you have Cucurella coming in, and then you have Howard's playing as a striker in the last game. And then you have Timo leaving the squad. You have Lukaku leaving the squad. So there's a lot of changes happening for Chelsea. So if you say that bringing in these players is gonna give them instant success, finishing the top 4, I would say no. They're gonna take time to gel together. And you look at the match against Everton. Everton is at their lowest at the moment. Even with their signings, Chelsea should have won the game comfortably.
Yeah.
Against Everton.
They made quite a meal out of it.
Correct. So they seem to struggle to beat a team like Everton as well. So I think I don't think Chelsea. If Chelsea were to make it to the Champions League next season, they're definitely going to nick it right. Like how they did last season, maybe number 3 or number 4.
Okay. Right. Mohammad Rahan saying Christensen will be back to Chelsea. Wow. What a fast U-turn. What a fast U-turn. No, he probably going to come back to Stamford Bridge just to inform them that Barcelona is about to hijack. So he's just being the messenger. Hey, Phil, right now, Spurs, quickly, your thoughts on Spurs. Really good performance, man. And a lot of people are now
Yep.
putting their money for Spurs to be the dark horse, to actually be the big party pooper. I said so as well. I had them finishing third. And judging from the first game, I don't think I was entirely wrong.
Yep. I think let's be honest, although not many people support Spurs,
Yeah, not many.
but they kind of have a complete team. Their first 11, I can't see much weakness in every position that they set
Yeah.
up with.
Yeah.
And the front three, like it or not, the telepathy, super.
Cool.
They do not have to take 1-2 touches to find each other. Just
Agree.
one touch, they know where the teammates are running towards.
Agree.
Yeah, so I think that is their biggest strength for now. Yeah, I think that 42 rounds or 40 rounds
Suicide.
works.
Suicides. Hey, Zam,
Yep.
going into this match, right, Zam, between Chelsea and Spurs, which manager will be slightly more under the cosh? Would it be Tuchel or would it be Conte? Who's going to be extra wary?
I think Tuchel lah, because you see the thing is that with the players that they are coming, that the club is bringing left, right, center, right. I think that's the pressure that for him to perform, like what Jeff mentioned, and Phil and you said, you get the players that Tuchel get the players that he wants. He got rid of the players that he doesn't want.
Okay.
So I think the board will be looking at it, okay, now we have backed you up, so the results on the pitch must matter now. That means the hard work starts now. That's the most important part. And I think, with they said, like the problem is that Chelsea does not have that out and out striker.
Yep.
For all the things that we have. But maybe Tuchel may look at the way that I think when prior to him being sacked at PSG, that I think when PSG they did not have a out and out striker. I think they had the players from the week. Sterling is there. So, and I think now Sterling and I think who's that? The other guy, suddenly just out of my but the point is that I think Tuchel will have the higher pressure compared to Conte. I think Conte has more or less settled on his team in a way. So I think the pressure is that okay, I can my team can perform, but Tuchel will be the one will be in the limelight in that sense. And talking about it being a home game, of course the pressure is going to be there.
Chelsea. Yeah. You guys don't quite enjoy playing at home. 50% win record last season. Stamford Bridge, one of the team that you guys lost to, you got slapped comfortably by a certain team from North London, 4-2. Not going to remind you. Okay. But the home form, you think this season is going to improve?
Well,
okay? Maestro.
well, I hope they improve this season. I hope we don't get smacked up by, obviously Arsenal again. That was very embarrassing to watch as a Chelsea fan.
I understand.
Yeah, we've actually been slapped up by Arsenal quite a bit at home, quite for the last few seasons. It's been quite
Favorite
embarrassing.
food.
Yeah,
We eat
my
Chelsea
God.
for breakfast, D.
But you all haven't won the Champions League, though, so.
Hey, D. Don't
I
remind.
mean, got another one at the top. Never win Champions League before.
Remind that guy, not me. I don't have a Habibi.
For once, I'm laughing, guys. I have a topic to laugh, man.
Hey, remember Afir? Fergie is the problem.
No chance in hell.
Yeah, they go on.
Yeah.
The home form.
But I don't know. I actually am concerned that going forward, I think we have a bit of problems like what you all mentioned. We don't have a proper number 9. We've been trying to get a proper number 9. We don't have that. Defensively, I think we are okay. But even with Koulibaly and Thiago Silva, both of them are aging players. Thiago Silva is 36, 37 already. I don't think he's gonna last. Azpilicueta is old as well. Koulibaly is 31. Yeah, he extended. My God, thank God Barcelona didn't take him, man. Thank God. But at home, I think in the past we were always strong at home, but it's changed now. It's changed more that we are better away, which is very weird. But at home we have to improve because that's where you get your points. That's where you need to stand mark where you get your points. But this coming weekend, I'm not too sure. I'm not very confident after the Everton game. I'll be very honest. We're not very confident.
Where do you place Chelsea for this season, D? Top four again?
I hope top four. I have a feeling it's going to be fourth or third. I don't think we'll challenge for the title. I think maybe we will go to the Carabao Cup final again and probably lose to someone else again.
Liverpool again?
Yeah, probably Liverpool again. We have a good habit of doing that. We have a very good habit of doing that. But if we get a proper number 9 by the end of the transfer window, maybe we can try. But at the moment, it doesn't seem likely. I think we're going to be top 4. I even say that we might end up 5th or 6th. You know, I don't even look very. It doesn't look very comfortable for us this year.
What would the fans then be calling out for Tuchel to be hitting the exit door?
Yeah, they will be calling, but I wouldn't be calling because he did a very good job into the squad and changing how we played completely. We look like shit under Lampard. I mean, sorry viewers, we look like
no,
crap
it's okay.
playing.
Okay, yeah.
We look like crap.
You did look like shit.
Yeah, we under Lampard we look like shit, and then when Tuchel came in, he made us play proper football. You know, that was something that I didn't expect. You know, we were dominating games, like we were dominating possession. That never happened with Chelsea the last few seasons. So when I saw that, I was like, wow, this guy, he's got a good idea on him. But this season, I'm not too sure. I think maybe top 4 is possible. Challenging for title, no.
No, you're fair. You're fair. Yes, Jif?
But going back to Spurs, remember last week when we had our first show, we did ask everyone to choose their dark horse. An actually chose Spurs as the dark horse.
And they call me biased.
Yeah, correct. How can that be a bias? But however, An, since you chose them as a dark horse, what will be your score prediction for this match then?
He didn't have to go around the world just to get my prediction. Draw, Jif. I cannot see anything past
Draw, huh?
draw. Yeah, I think it's draw. I think a draw
Give a score lah.
A draw would be a good result for Spurs.
Yeah, what's the score?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 0-0 stalemate.
Alright.
Yeah, right. D. Again, is that an overstretch? Stalemate. A draw?
Stalemate is not. 0-0 is very possible. I'm even quite confident. As much as I'm a Chelsea fan, I hate to say this. I'm gonna say Spurs might win it. You know, they look stronger than us at the moment.
Meaning to say, D, if you guys like how unpredicted, if you guys get the draw, you guys will be happy with it.
No, I won't be happy for sure. I want to win the game. I want to win the game. But looking at the current form that we are in, I mean, the Everton game, like you said, Everton they are lowest, and we are not even, putting them away. We needed Jorginho. We needed our top scorer last season to come back and make it, make another entry this season.
Yeah.
So if he's our top scorer, right, we have a lot of problems. We are having too many problems. He's our top scorer, for a couple of seasons. We're having too many problems.
Run, hop, penalty.
Oh my god.
Run,
my god.
hop, penalty.
Penalty.
Like Super Mario.
Yeah, we are depending on that to win us games. So that's very concerning. I think Spurs might edge it. I think they might get a 1-0.
Spurs might edge it. Okay, since this is the big one, I want everybody to have their own input. Fair? Remember, Fair?
2-0 Spurs.
Fergie. 2-0 Spurs. Okay? 2-0 Spurs?
Yep.
Okay, that will be a huge statement, man. Because I think, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. When was the last time Spurs actually beat Chelsea? Especially under Tuchel. Tuchel have never lost against Spurs, right? Undefeated. I think undefeated, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think he has suffered any defeats against Spurs. Okay, all right. So, but then Conte is going to inflict one on Tuchel, yeah, Fair?
Yep.
All right, but remember, Fair, before we go to bed tonight, remember, okay, who's the problem right now? Zami, prediction for this one?
Spurs to nick it 1-0.
Wow, all going Spurs. Jif, yourself?
I'm gonna go with the Spurs win lah.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna
D?
go with 2-0.
Are you free? Will you be free next Thursday?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
If you want to invite me back, definitely.
But D, remember, internet,
yeah.
don't have too much fun with it, D. Control yourself. Okay? All right. Guys, the last one. Last but not least, thank you so much for holding on. Guys, just 5 more minutes. I promise. Okay? Wow. Harvey Elliott. Yoo-hoo. Midfield complete. You don't have to sign another player. Keita is going to extend. Elliott's going to extend. All is good. Bed of roses, right, Jif, for Liverpool's midfield?
Not at the moment. With Thiago out, Curtis Jones is out. It's okay lah. Finally, good thing is that Harvey will get his playing time again. But the last time that he started three games out of the 4 matches that he played, he actually did really well. So unfortunately, he was hit with the serious ankle injury.
Ankle breaking.
Yeah, and now that he extended, and with the list of injuries that we have,
Yeah, he has
I
to
think
start
we'll see a lot of
Harvey
game
Elliott.
time for Elliott. Yeah.
Okay, fair. Also, we spoke about Matthews Nunes.
All right.
Hijack.
I know. Last night I texted you and said that here we go, Nunes.
Yeah, I know.
But
I
it's
didn't
from a
believe your shit.
reliable source, right?
I know. I didn't believe you.
Me myself, I don't even believe it, lah.
I know you
But
too,
today,
SJ.
I think a very reliable source, Paul Joyce, actually reported that
No, he said
Liverpool
no.
is not in the race for Matthew
Yes.
Nunes. And honestly, if you ask me, I don't think Liverpool will be sending any more player. I think the transfer is done for Liverpool.
Will that bite Liverpool back hard on their back?
With the list of injuries, like I said, we are currently having quite a long list of key players being out due to injuries.
This is absolutely wrong
especially in
anyway.
our
Yeah.
midfield.
Sorry, Nunes is not Brazilian. He's Portuguese.
Yes.
Paul Joyce, gotta do better, Paul Joyce.
All right. So yes, I say it could come to the point where your back is back, because we have a long list of injuries, and not to forget the odd World Cup that is going on in November and December. We have quite a number of players playing, representing their country during the World Cup, and historically, there's a curse where whenever Liverpool players represent their country, they'll come back injured.
Oh
So
yes. Oh,
we'll
not
see
looking
how
too
it
bright,
goes,
huh? Not looking
yeah.
too bright for Liverpool. Fair is happy again. Second time he's happy. The first time was Champions League Man City. The second one, Liverpool players coming back from the World Cup
Injured.
injured. Evil heart, evil heart. He deserve all this misery right now. Fair.
Yes.
For Liverpool, fair. Are we reading too much into the first performance against Fulham? Lackluster. Really lackluster.
Yeah, actually no, I think it's too early. But I still can see a big change without Mane. I think the saga last season, I was very curious with Liverpool fans who prefer Salah over Mane. For myself, I think Mane is more important
Can we
than
have
Salah.
again a show of hand? Team Mane. I'm Team Mane. Wow, you seem all.
Yeah.
Zam, you are
Because,
Team Salah. The same guy who always break your water bag season in, season out. Team Salah for you, huh?
Recognize
Real
talent.
recognize.
Real
That's
recognize
what you wanted to
recognize
say.
real. Yeah. I wanted to say that.
Save the thank you. You're welcome. Fair, go on.
Yeah, I think the movement up the pitch lacks that running. That Salah now doesn't have that space anymore because no one is doing the run for him anymore. Yeah, so I think that is more challenging for Liverpool to overcome. But I'm sure they will do better.
You think them missing out on Mane's presence? Could that, again, like I mentioned when I asked Jeef, right? Could that be another factor? Them not clinching the Premier League title yet again?
I strongly feel it. So that's why I think he's inclined towards Man City. You know.
Yes. Again, Zam, you should be happy because after that win, after them drawing against Fulham, City fans was already celebrating. Titles ours right now. Okay, confident looking at Liverpool right now. Happy.
Which City fans are you asking about confident in the title? One game
No,
only.
obviously not you, but on Twitter, on social media. Okay, they are saying
Don't be a Mio,
surrender the title
In
to Man
OnlyFans?
City now. Who's?
Who's?
Leary.
Let a little ray of sunshine in your darkness.
Okay, come. We want to
Okay.
close shop. Prediction for Crystal Palace against Liverpool. No issues. Every single season, Crystal Palace comes up to Anfield. They put up a bit of fight, just a bit of
Liverpool
fight.
lah. It's Liverpool. It's Liverpool.
Win
game
already
lah.
lah, Zam. Haaland is
Reverse psychology, Arun.
Reverse
huh?
psychology. You know Harun. Harun is Harry Khan.
but this is clear cut. Is Liverpool lah. Liverpool will come back stronger
3-0.
from the draw lah. 3-0 lah at least.
3-0. Okay, 3-0. Fear Liverpool.
I go for 3-1 Liverpool.
Wow, 3-1. Jeef, good time to triple captain Salah. Mohamed Salah.
Nope.
Jeef,
Haaland's-
try pronouncing Mohamed Salah. With the
Mohamed
Arabic-
Salah.
Okay, thank you, Jeef. All right. Time to triple captain him.
No, seeing Haaland going up against Bournemouth is too tempting to not triple captain him, or even
Okay.
make him as a captain.
Jeef,
So-
what about this theory that Salah will always fail to score in his second game? of the season. There was this tweet going around, all right? According to some eagle-eyed data analysts, they say that Salah will always bomb the second match in the league. So not a good time to take him.
I think, well, thing changes lah.
Oh, really?
Thing don't stay
Michael Owen,
forever.
huh? Water is wet.
Yeah.
If you score more
Beef with
goals,
cow.
you tend to win. You tend to win the game. Dear, you're smiling from year to year, dear. Obviously, you're not scared. Spurs whooping up your ass. So with Liverpool and Crystal Palace, dear, where do you go with this?
Liverpool 5-0 Liverpool.
Wow!
Wow.
Five for Liverpool,
Wow.
five for Man City. Oprah Winfrey is happy. And with that, guys, I want to say a big thank you, guys. All right, can we give him a big... Oh, Tips is out already, yeah? So no more sound cut. Yep. Give him
Thank
the
you.
digital round of applause,
Thank
D.
you, D. Thank you, D, for coming.
As you know, D, apart from that internet of yours, all right, you have been absolutely sensational, bro. So we hope to actually have you back every Thursday, 9 p.m. D. Right now, live, I'm down on my knees making a proposal. Can we have you?
Oh, if you guys want me back, I'll definitely come back for sure.
Hey,
For sure.
D, don't be
Wow.
Michael Owen. Can you please stop being Michael Owen?
No, definitely.
Later
definitely.
on, send him the sticker.
Yeah, we'll add him into the chat group, and then you know what Jeff has been up to the whole night, doing. Okay, I'll send you. All right, we'll add you to the chat group, and then you'll see more of that. Okay. So D will be with us next week. Fear, next Thursday, will you be free still? 9 p.m.
Yep.
Hopefully you get better sleep, quality sleep. I guess not, but it's okay. All right, Phil. Just remember going to sleep. Whatever that has been discussed today, plant it firmly in your mind. Okay. That guy who brought you so much joy could be the biggest tormentor right now. Okay.
Diam lah.
Zam, everything okay? Next Thursday, 9 p.m. Will we be seeing Haaland earning Zami back? Later we
You
discuss
what?
lah.
Later we discuss lah. No,
Yes, discuss lah.
already bad enough that we wanted to be a 60-minute show, then become 90-minute, then
You
2
know-
hours.
You know when it comes to if in the show, it will never be 90 minutes.
Our viewers, thank you for sharing. No, for watching us for the past 2 hours plus. With chipping with all the commentary, we appreciate it. For those questions that we didn't pick up, we are really sorry. But because the thing is that topic's hot,
Yeah.
is always the culprit for making it 2 hours.
But D likes it, okay? D loves it, all right? D,
Loves it.
call me personally, all right? I will recommend you the internet.
Yay.
Better services. Okay, but with that, all right, Jif, D, Fir, Anori, Zami, signing out. Keep it locked here. Next week, 2 shows, guys. Remember, Tuesday will be the review show, all right, with Tips and the boys and his
Follow us.
annoying sound cut.
Yeah.
Annoying sound cut. All right, let me just place that annoying sound cut. All right, and then after the review, watch us on Thursday 9 p.m. preview. We have all this crew back again to preview game week number 3. But for now, enjoy your weekend, have a blast, enjoy the football, stay safe, be nice to everybody. All right, bye bye, good night. Where's the end button? Can somebody press the end button? I can't see the end button right now.